All right, we're live. Let me get the chat pulled up. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the chat too much because don't want to get spoiled. Probably need to install my headphones are at 1%. I do have a little bit of an update, so I got you there. I don't know how long the stall is gonna be. Right now we're streaming from my PC because was recording with Sai and my laptop bricked in the middle of a recording and I have no idea why. So I'm afraid to use it for a stream. Um it might have to do something with like the the headphones or not headphones, my like I think if my Bluetooth disconnects then my laptop bricks for some reason. I think. Um But yeah, so it's a little bit different quality, I think. The microphone should be the same. It's the same like shirt one that I've been using. Um, let me see. Let me see. Okay. Pull it there. Pull it there. I broke Par's PC again. Yeah. Yeah, it shut off. It just restarted actually. It shut off and then restarted and then it was kind of weird because Discord, the call we were in, just stayed. It was the weirdest thing. Like to Sai, I think it looked like my like internet probably just like crashed for a second. But on my end, my computer just restarted. Um, and continued where it left off. But what that meant was, I guess the recording couldn't encode, and so now I just have like a corrupted video file. Um, but yeah, we re-recorded. That was for Kagurabachi. And on that note, I'm starting to record collabs more. I'm gonna try and get a collab with Brago in. I feel like I'm better collabing on stream than I am for like a video, but because it's just easier to collab on stream, I think, because then like can bring up chat, talk about chat stuff. Ask Cole, please. Oh yeah. I will be asking Cole. Um, wanted to hit up Brago, because he's been mentioning me a few too many times on the. Sounds like overheating, but yeah, I've had to restart and connected to Discord. Yeah, it might be, could be something like that. I have it on a stand and it has a really good fan too. But I have it on a stand where the fan at the bottom has an opening, so it really shouldn't be that. And I've never had that issue, but I'll test it out for next time. It's just it happened this last weekend, and then I recorded with Teching and recorded. It'll be posted up on the channel as like a regular video. Um, and it was a conversation regarding the footsteps. I sent him the theory video. I was surprised because I sent it. I happened to send it right before his Japan trip, right before he got on a plane, and it turns out that he watched my 1 hour long video on the plane, and and it just happened to work out that way. Or he watched like 30 minutes of it, and then before our collab, he watched the last 30 minutes of it, which was kind of perfect because he said that I kind of gave him a little bit of insomnia because he was just up looking at all the panels. He reread Little Garden, Thriller Bark, um, and some of Elbaf to vet my theory. And so yeah, we had a conversation about it. So I'll be posting that up. Um, yeah, I didn't go online for Gardic Phone. I apologize for that. I had a few things come up on the Friday, so apologies for that. Also started rewatching One Piece for the 8th time. I'm waiting for the Wit Studio. It's only like 6 months away. Oh good, a cool fresh par stream to rescue me from this heat wave. Ooh, heat wave. Where are you? Are you in an area that doesn't have ACs because of like, it turns out I figured out, not I figured out, but the reason why ACs aren't prevalent in the UK or whatever is because there's like strict energy laws, energy bans. Apparently like most American ACs wouldn't, or not most American, I don't know about that, but like I guess you can't import certain ACs because they just take too much power, I guess. Won't be able to stay too long today. Cousin birthday. Happy birthday to your cousin. I'm in South Carolina. It's as hot as, oh, yeah, ball sacks do be getting hot sometimes. That's why they are separated from our bodies, for that extra cooling factor. I think. I'm pretty sure that's why, right? Um they're not changing any of the voice actors, which is a bummer. Yeah, isn't the aren't we straining some of these voice actors? Yeah, that I'm pretty sure that's why the sack is separated. Let's see. Yep, exactly. Activating the thermoregulation. But yeah, so Teching collab, I'll probably post it next week in the like before the chapter comes out at timeline area. Because right now it's too close to the chapter. So we have 1186 on the docket, and I have a wedding this weekend, so I don't know if I'll be able to post a. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I should be able to post a chapter review. The main issue is I probably am, just in case, going to be a little more fearful of using chapter pictures, because I did receive a strike. So that strike is weighing on the channel a little bit, but we're fighting it. So as I was informed to do, um, damn, I do HVAC work. Maybe I should take a visit over to the UK and set y'all boys up right. Yeah, you should. Hey, and if you do something like that, and you need someone to figure out some business stuff, I can help. It just seems like there's a opening, there's opportunity here, and it's just so random. But I think the main problem isn't even the opportunity like presenting itself, because it's been like a decade. It's the energy laws. So you got to make better ACs. You got to make solar powered ACs. Oh wait, the UK doesn't really get sunlight, do they? They got a lot of clouds, right? Probably trying to sell drugs. No, no, I'm trying to sell ACs. It's 104 degrees Fahrenheit here, and cooling down starts in 8 hours earliest. What the heck? The UK are taxing, fining people for having ACs, even though they refuse to make homes or apartments safer. And people, yes, yeah. We were talking about that. As soon as you done it, I'm out. That's crazy. When me and Sai somehow landed on this topic on one of these streams, and he like briefly looked it up, and it's just insane how many people are passing away due to like heat strokes and heat wave related stuff when ACs exist, and the like limitation is the energy bill. And it's not even like the energy bill is going to be that much higher. Like, it's just, I guess they're afraid of everybody getting ACs. I don't know. It's kind of wild. But yeah, I think we need to get us a lookout on the Finder's fee. Yeah, I got you. Or you got me. Whichever way that framing works. Go France today. Oh yeah, the France Norway game. I do want to catch a little bit of that probably after the stream. But you see, AI needs that electricity. Is that a US issue? Or is the U not the UK, is Europe having data center issues? I feel like it's stronger for them to not have, or easier for them to not have data center issues. Shakes hands. Appreciate that AXM with the 750 joules. Wait, what did you send though? What was that? Oh, a sent to let them cook. Oh, I thought that was just like word. Like I thought that was your message. Let them cook, literally. Yeah. If it said sent a let them cook, I would have got it. But I just read sent let them cook for 750 joules, and I didn't understand it. AI has nothing to do with it. It's climate change policies. Yeah. I know that, but he was just tying it together with the like electricity for ACs, not good. Electricity for data centers, a okay. But yeah, I would imagine the same reason why you guys can't get ACs would be the same reason why a data center couldn't be put up, because it's just, isn't it just like a giant air conditioning unit? Or it requires the same like fan facilitation as like an entire building's AC unit, kind of, if that makes sense. They do want to build some here. Yeah, eventually we're gonna need to build some. It's like but people are rushing to build them because they want to skirt all the laws that should be in place. Right now, there's a lot of places without the harsh restrictions, and then they're just like, oh, we found a town with 5,000 people. Let's build a data center that like quadruples the size of their town, and then force them to listen to multiple Boeing jets like idling on a runway because it's so loud. And also, let's not employ any of the people because it's AI. So, like where I live, it's fine. This whole AC thing sounds just as ridiculous as it does to Americans. That's crazy. It's worth mentioning it's not all EU, just some countries. Yeah. I was saying UK earlier, but I mentioned the EU after for the data centers because I generally didn't know if they had the data center weed ish, not weed, but like popping up like weeds. Too much power chain on the power grid to have ACs. I'm confused. That's I I think it's just the laws. The laws say it takes too much energy, I guess. So they make it like, I think it's, you get fined for having ACs that like break the limitations, which I think are just most ACs. Um yeah, there's a lot of logistics of data centers that just don't make sense to the laws, and so people are building them, or billionaires are trying to build them as fast as possible before the laws can correctly assess the water, environmental, real estate. I mean, I think voting is also, there's also like on a state level like voting, land voting rights, data centers being able to vote, kind of intricate stuff. Anyways, all that stuff is pretty. I stalled out a genuine. Who was asking? Tyrannosaurus. There you go. I stalled a decent amount of time. Um, I just say buy a generator and run my own shit. Yeah. Um, fear mongering around nuclear power is what is causing so much. Yeah. We should have a lot more nuclear uh infrastructure built up. It's based for the people who. I mean, I wonder, I actually genuinely wonder if you ask like the broad American populace, would you rather have a nuclear power plant built in your vicinity or a data center? Is the amount of fear for a nuclear power plant more than like a data center? Probably. I feel like if I asked a regular person, would you rather have an AI data center or a nuclear power plant built like 50 miles from you, which one would you rather have? I feel like people would rather have the data center, but that's just like, brains being bricked. Um, but yeah. All right. So we got 1186 on the docket. Let me do the proper intro, 19 minutes in. Thank you guys for coming into the knock up stream where we get knocked up by the latest chapter of One Piece. We have chapter 1186. I got the timer up there. We're streaming from my PC, so things are a little bit wonkier. Like when Sai comes on, he'll probably be over here as opposed to. Actually, I could just put him over there, I guess. We'll see what happens when he comes on. But yeah, so we have a few. I have a few videos planning out. I mean, the mural one is the big one because I think the episode comes out this weekend for the mural. So I'm gonna try and do my best to get a mural video up. It's gonna be tough though. The weekend's timing has been difficult. But what's it called? Other videos, and then I mentioned collab with Teching was recorded. So there's a bunch of different things. Anyways, we're here 20 minutes in. Let's get the chapter started. Let's see. Let me reset the timer. Let me start up. Okay, chapter 1186. Once more. Oh, when we see Ida, we see baby Fenrir or wolf thing. Oh, and we see baby Loki. And we see Loki covertly drawing Ida, who is secretly amused by it. That's adorable. Loki was drawing Ida as a kid. I mean, this isn't canon, but it should be canon. This should be canon, bro. Ida's out here friends with all the monsters that Loki like runs Elbaf with. That's so dope. But yeah, once more is the title, which implies to me that we may get a song to accompany this. Oh yeah, I should have went over like predictions or things that we discussed, Parcast, size, prediction stuff. I mean, the main thing that sticks out is the two ones, who the guy is, which we discussed on the channel. Manmare, Vinsmoke, but leaning towards Manmare as I put down in the prediction. And then there's the video I posted. Things were missing from Brooke's stuff, so it's like his scar, and possibly some, I don't know, some shenanigans. We got to figure out with the Damiroverse. I mean, it still stands with like the Damiroverse with possibly when you get that scar deep enough that it went to Skull. Maybe we got some memory shenanigans, but I'm forgetting what other predictions we had down. The other big one is flashback ends. That is another big one. So yeah, which this cover story kind of makes me miss Harold's flashback. No offense to Brooke's flashback. I just like, this is kind of dope. Just seeing this. I mean, I get the tone that Oda was going for when he was writing the Loki flashback stuff. Like, he was kind of alone, didn't have anybody with him. He latched onto Rocks and Ida and stuff like that, but Ida was pushed away, and so was Rocks, and just stuff like that. And so if he incorporated this, we would be like, oh, Loki had it fine. He was good. He was chilling. His animals loved him too. But yeah, let's see the Oda note. It's pending. Oh, no Oda note, but I'm sure it was ready. It's just not updated. All right, let's see. Don't give up. Brooks Pass. The world government versus Asperia. Huh, I never noticed Asperia was like stepped up. Um Winning independence is our only shot at survival. Okay, says Asperia, and then they just get shot. Oh my god. Oh, and then we get a Brook with the world swirling, it looks like. It looks like swirls. He's spinning. His head is spinning. What? And then, oh, he's looking a little different now. It could even be a she. No, that's definitely a he, right? I don't know. But the eyelashes, the under eyelashes, interesting. So Mystery Man, Shuri, Mars. Right? Is this Mars? Oh, wait, what? That's not Mars. That's Emu. Bro, Emu looking like they're photoshopped in. Is this real? Is this a real panel? Emu's just, it looks like, this is so funny. We need a medic quick. The king is in critical condition. Big bro. And Brooke ran up to Leuven. Wow. Hang in there, big bro. Please, you've gotta. They just let him walk up to Leuven. Big bro? Big bro. Are you a fan, mister? Don't call me mister. Okay, we get flashback and a flashback. Yo ho ho, well, I suppose I'll just call you big bro. We got Brooke and Leuven. It feels like months have passed since we last seen this, but it's only been 2 chapters. Big bro! Big bro! He's shaking him. He's trying to wake him up. And then Emu. Emu is just literally there. Wow. Where's that? What is on Asperia for Emu to show up? Where's that damn medic? Where would that? It's a war, Brooke. This sudden intrusion. Slam. Who closed the door? Is quite the inconvenience. Brooke, you know that guy is dead already, right? That's a crazy line. That guy is crazy coming from Shuri. But it's Damir versus Shuri, it looks like. Huff. I like how the horns are especially like, they're just like pretty for Shuri. But anyways, Huff. You! Who are you? What have you done to Princess Shuri? Okay, Brooke knows something is wrong. You see, I've watched over Shuri since she was a baby. She's totally incapable of this. There's nothing I don't know when it comes to this princess. It comes to the princess. Then tell me, Brooke, did you know that I'm a celestial dragon? That guy wasn't my real father. Did you know that? Don't call him this guy. So it gets confirmed right off the bat. Shuri knows. So they told her. Okay, so this guy has to be Shuri's come on. That guy wasn't my real father. So they had the conversation before this. Okay. Don't call him this guy, huh? What are you even saying? You are the child of King Leuven. That's a fact. Can you prove that? Oh my god. Sounding like a One Piece reader, bro. Oh my god. That's irrelevant when it comes to the bond between a parent and child. It isn't. This is life-changing news. I should have been raised as a celestial dragon. These past 16 years were a complete waste. Don't you understand how angry that makes me? It's because it's because of the Damiaversity though. It's making her sound super like she would not be saying this, but like if she knew this stuff, the thought could have crossed her mind. You know what I mean? But because she's Damiaversity, she's like coked up. She's roid raging, kind of. That's insane. Okay. And that demand for 1,000 slaves isn't true. This guy just didn't want to hand me over. Oh, stop calling him that. This guy was a good for nothing king who pointlessly led his people to their doom. Oh my god. Wait, that's crazy because I feel like I said these lines on my video that got stricken down. It should be back up in like 5 days, but yo, I feel like the line's not too bad. It's not too bad. I just realized I tanked Sai's prediction though. The next line is not related. Anyways, let's keep reading. So King Leuven lied about 1,000 slaves. It was actually for Shuri. Interesting. That's why I made him take responsibility. With the king dead, this war can end. But defeat will make our nation a lawless land. That is no longer my concern. Oh my god. Damiaversity, what does it do? I can't wait for like an explanation of like what Damiaversity like forces out of people. I mean, we won't get that explanation. It'll just probably be passive understanding. I remember you now. There was a kid with an afro among Candel's attendants. Oh, it was this guy. He was the. Oh my god, he's not even. That's crazy. So, what was Candel's role? Oh, we get the name. Knight of God, Saint Manmeyer, Saint Manmeyer, Grow. Grow? He's a grower, not a shower? Oh, and he's got the eyes. It's a lock. Okay. And Brooke sees the eyes probably and figures it out, right? Oh my god. Let me move this over here. You weren't allowed to come near me. Dang. That eye. Brooke realizes it. He sees it. Okay, he falls backwards. We wouldn't normally come all the way to a backwater country like this to retrieve a single brat, but this kid possesses those mismatched eyes. Being born with that trait is truly rare. And the great one design. Oh, it's the eyes. So what's the Manmare connection to Emu then? Because the Manmare has the eyes. He has the eyes. Shuri got them. And now, and Emu doesn't have mismatched eyes, but has special eyes. So eyes are really, really important. That's crazy. One of the first videos on the channel talking about the double layered eyes. Did not think it was like a Emu possesses or desires them. I didn't awaken it myself, but I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. Thou has said too much, grow. Oh, forgive me, great one. Hey, Shuri. Okay. You can awaken the eyes? What? I didn't awaken it myself? Wait, so does that mean that Shanks has a chance to get those eyes? Wait, that means Mihawk awakened his eyes? That means Hakuba. Whatever he did, he awakened the eyes. He literally has the mismatched eyes. He's like the only character with mismatched eyes. Is it the mismatch? Okay, hold on. What the heck? Is it the mismatched eyes that are important, or is it the eye that is mismatched? The kid possesses those mismatched eyes. Being born with that trait is truly rare. and the Great One desires them. So they're gonna want Hakuba. They're really gonna want Cavendish when the all said and done. Does that mean he's a Celestial too? No, but like eyes. Huh. So then the Seraphim too, having the star eyes. No, wait. This is just a dream, right? What? Oh, that's Brooke that's saying that. Okay. Interesting. So Brooke is not believing this. It's incredulous. Is that the right word? I don't know. I used to change your diapers. I know everything about you, princess. You're so patronizing. Shedding tears like that is beyond pathetic. I deserve stronger protection. If I go to the Holy Land now, I won't need you anymore. I'm laughing only because it's like the protection isn't like, it is stronger. It's just like not stronger. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like Sanji after fighting Killingham. It's like, this is all they got? This is how strong they are? Sorry, Shuri. It doesn't get much better. The grass is not as green as you think it is on the other side. To me, you were always an angel, but now you look like a demon. Gavat? I couldn't protect Big Bro, the man who saved my life. Oh, and this is where the scar comes in? Oh my god. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! From frogs to cattle, from kings to chattel, of the bones you'll find only of the dead you'll find only bones get left behind. Bond and Avant. Oh, wait, this is Brooke's move. Oh my god. Oh my god. Straight. Okay. So Brooke died. So Brooke's just dead. Did he, when does the fruit come into play? So Brooke gets stabbed through the head. I thought the scar was like deep, not deep. This is the through and through. That means there's a scar at the back of his head. We just don't know it because the afro. That's crazy. This is a crazy panel. The sword barely even lines up with the sword that goes in. Bones alone, as everyone knows. Oh my god, this panel's insane. That's just the way the story goes. So there was no deal. She just, Damir Versi just was gonna kill Brooke. Dang. So what happens? Does he just wake up and he's a Rumbar pirate? Like what? Esperia's gone. It's dead. It's lawless. Wait, isn't that Leuven? No, wait, who's this guy? Oh, that's Grow. That's Grow. His jacket looks this like similar. So Grow and Shuri get up, go, walk away. Commander Brooke, he's awake. It's a miracle. I'm shocked. A sword went through your. How did they know? They weren't there. A sword went through your head and you survived. Okay, but it's like he's lobotomized. It's a miracle that missed your major blood vessels and the brainstem. The brain itself. Wait, the brain itself what? What about the king? I'm not sure how much you remember, Commander. We shouldn't give you too much of a shock. No, I want you to tell me. We failed. The king is dead. That's crazy. What a shock. He's alive. They're all happy. But what happened to the brain? The brain itself, what? I need to know. It's a miracle it missed your major blood vessels and the brainstem. Okay. But the brain itself, what? Is Brook lobotomized? Have we been getting a lobotomized Brook this entire story? Isn't this the exact story of the first guy who got like lobotomized and we clinically figured out how it worked? He like got hit by a not trail, a railroad like thingy. He was working on the railroad or something like that. And then a giant beam went through his head. Is the story everybody in Luffy's crew has brain damage? Usopp definitely has brain damage from Ulti. Brook has brain damage from this. Luffy is brain damaged. Sanji has so much trauma he's brain damaged. Zoro trained too hard with his teeth as a kid that he caused himself brain damage. He like probably popped so many vessels in his brain. It's crazy. Okay. So we're going through this chapter pretty soundly, and an eyewitness saw Princess Shuri boarding a government ship. Most citizens have already fled the country. It doesn't matter where they go now, they'll be refugees now. Damn. And these brave souls decide to stay only for it to become like the next step for a country like this is a rabbit hunting tournament, right? It's primed. It's ready. Commander, oh no, his wound reopened. Commander, stay with us. Yo, getting that fruit for Brook is insane. Because he could have died at any moment. It would have been crazy if in the flashback, like the first flashback, Oda had Brook like leaking from the skull as a joke. Commander, Commander. Back then. Oh, we're back. We're back. Back then, this is our Brook. Back then, I didn't even know what a devil fruit was. Okay. All right, that's important context. Asperia didn't know what devil fruits were. They didn't teach them in school. They didn't do any of that. Why do that for a random West Blue place? The princess seemed so different after the king's murder. It was chilling. She looked just like a demon. But I always thought I was hallucinating. If that was real, if that was actually real though, hey you guys, do you think it's okay if I put my faith in Princess Shuri once more? Damn, so they actually did hear the whole story. And Brook is crying. Brook, your crew is strong enough to handle Shuri. It'll be okay. Trust me. I know. You can trust me. Okay. If she's a victim, then run, Brook. Damn, seeing that after what 80, like 63 years, run, Brook, and it's like the girl you raised. That's about to break you. Damn, now it makes sense. Everything about Brook makes so much sense, especially the brain damage part. Oh, and the nerf to his swordsmanship, his strength. I'm joking about that, but like we do have to talk about that. Is it just because I'm their daughter? And she's right there. I want to save her. Princess Shuri. I mean, she is still a celestial dragon. You do know that. That part is the eyes don't lie. Please, everyone, lend me your strength. Meanwhile, all they need is Ragnar. All they need is Ragnar to look over and free. I'm leaning more towards Emu couldn't break Ragnar's ice. I don't know why I'm leaning towards that, but ice might be the weakness. Be crazy if true. Ice could be the weakness. Brook wields ice as well. Ice is apparently from the land of the dead, the souls, the coldness of the soul. So since Emu's immortal, maybe they can't handle the coolness of dying in ice. Something like that. That was poetic. I was trying really hard, but not it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. Let's see. No need to be so formal. Let's hurry and smash that ice. Jinbei's on it. I wonder if lightning will do. Oh, wait, that's not me. I wonder if lightning will do the trick. Okay, that's close enough. A radical beam is our best bet. It seems like explosive don't work. What should I do? Yeah, I don't know about smashing the ice. Isn't that? Shouldn't you chisel at it? I feel like chiseling is the best. I feel like Jinbei's like 5,000 brick shark fist is gonna crack it and kill Shuri. Hey, Brooke, wait up! Whoa! Wait, is he running to take down the ice? If he can, that's gonna be crazy. If he can stop Ragnar's ice, is wild. Walrus School Cafeteria. Awa! I'm stuffed. Oh, that's Luffy. Oh, that's Luffy. Oh, he takes off his shoes for his sandals. There we go. Hold on. Close. Very close. I thought we got the Zushin sound effect, but it was this part and then this part. Like if Oda were to redraw this sound effect and start it with this symbol and have a symbol behind the leg, then it would be Zushin right here. Right here, Zushin. But it's not Zushin. It was close. It's a Dosun. But it's with the is it Dosun Dada? Is it the same it is Dosun. Par in his feet piece. Yeah, that's Dosun. Interesting. I'm just saying it's worth paying attention to. Dosun is kind of, according to the video, I did say he'd be a Dosun Dada, and then now we have Luffy's foot making a Dosun sound, and it's an emphasized foot. It's just the foot and the sound effect, and it's saying Dosun. I know. Luffy's not a Dosun Dada. I'm just saying, according to the video, this is what you'd get. Anyways, that crazy new guy is Elbaf's enemy, right? Huff Huff then? Okay, so we're at Walrus School Cafeteria. He's eating lunch, school lunch. He's finished eating. He's my enemy too. I'm overflowing with power. The way I'm feeling right now, I don't think I can lose. Oh my god, he's Superman now. What just happened? He's not even in a gear. He just broke the sound barrier right here. He went Mach the speed of sound right now. That's crazy. Yeah, he was wearing sandals in his boot. That is kind of funny. Huff Huff targeting kids? The world government sure plays dirty. Wait, what? Oh, it's just we just switch over. I was confused. I thought this was still Luffy saying this, but it's like Loki saying this, and we're just picking up from here in this conversation. Okay. Targeting kids? The world government sure plays dirty. Thou art ignorant of the reason then? Shall I enlighten thee? 800 years ago, the giant race were defeated in a bid to rescue their children. Oh. So history is recycling, repeating, renewing. 800 years ago, the giants race were defeated in a bid to rescue their children. So Emu's doing it again because it worked last time. 800 years ago? What are you saying? A few centuries is not nearly enough to change the nature of a race. Without fail, thine people inevitably bend the knee. When thine offspring are taken, ignorance of the significance of what is occurring is irrelevant. History always repeats itself. 'Tis already too late. Thou art all slaves of Mu. Yeah, this is when Scopper comes in. Oh, well, okay, not Scopper. Like I meant for the kids. Okay. Let me read this because I just saw something crazy. You prick! What are you trying to say? Hey, dumbass! And then in the background, Luffy's loading up a shot. Get off of Elbaf into a punch. One strike. No break. Dude, I was so ready for a break. Oh my god. Chapter 1186 end. Okay. Okay, when I meant Scopper shows up, I meant the kids. Like the prediction is that Scopper shows up to try to save the kids, and he saves just Colin. But they get the kids. This time will be different, Emu. 800 years? Well, what about not 800 years ago? Haha. All right, we're at 29 minutes. Look at that. Luffy using hockey, rare sight. Yeah, this punch. It's reminiscent of the Sabaody punch. So we got another flashback, not flashback, callback reference. Um let's see. Oda loves to open up so much lore, then visits it 300 chapters later. Yep. Are the mismatch eyes just for the man-mares? It seems like it, except for Cavendish, who like can get it on his own. He awakened it. This line back here is so interesting. This one. I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. That line might be like the heaviest line for me. For sure, something to think about. I wonder if we get edged or if he pops in Gear 5 next chapter. Overgang never gonna recover. Yeah, this one is pretty quick. Send something in the One Piece channel. Okay, let me check. Let me check over here. Sure you saved Brooke with a perfect stab, but not Leuven. I don't know if she meant to save him. I think Brooke survived because of fate, but in the One Piece channel, hold on. One Piece, there we go. The new Knight of God's Name, Japanese, is written Man Maya Gorose. Guro-se. Oh. The first thing that stands out is it's similar to the Gorose, 5 other planets. Depending on the context, the Japanese Guro can translate to a few different English concepts because it's written in katakana. It usually is a phonetic loanword from English, but it can also be stylized spelling of a native Japanese word, possibly meaning glow, cosmetics and light, or grow, which is growth and cultivation. Mockery is simply a phonetic spelling of the Japanese word. A humble elder, a self-deprecating first-person pronoun roughly translating to my foolish old self. It was historically used by elder men, monks, or doctors to show humility. Both glow and grow are traditionally written as guro with a long vowel mark. However, guro is heavily favored in modern branding to more accurately mimic the sound of the English diphthong. Oh, I know what diphthong means. Well, okay, no, I know what it means, but I forget what it means. But I know the word. It can also be used for, but diphthong is a very funny word. It can also be used for Western names or surnames like Grow or Grow. because the H in grow is silent, elongates the O sound. Pronounce grow. Traditionally, four names ending in a long O sound like grow and snow are officially written with the straight line Japanese rather than the character. So it's written without the long H sound character. So guro. Man Mayor Guro. Could it? I mean, if it's his real name, then Man Mayor Grow in Glow would probably be grow. Oh no, you're saying that those ones use the long vowel. Gotcha. I understand. Very interesting. I'm gonna be real. I don't think we'll see Grow again. He seems like a lore tool. Dao has said too much, Grow. Could it be possible that he dies after this because now Emu has a replacement? You know what the thing is though? If he has the mismatched eyes, then his mission should just be to impregnate everybody. Because it's easier for the guys to do it than the girls. The girls will take 9 to 10 months per baby. The guys could just go around town, you know what I mean? If it's really the eyes that are desired. This like page and line is like super heavy though. I didn't awaken it myself. She might what? She might what? How did she awaken it? Such a big line. Emu loves to deflect. As far as we know, maybe he did. Seems like that's what he did. Yeah, but like, is it his like? Okay, so then he should be protected. He's the most so far. He's the most important God Knight. No, besides like the Gorsei don't count, but he's kind of the most important one. If he has the genetic trait that Emu desires innately, and he just like none of the other God Knights have this property. Unless we're talking about like if the Yeti guy, if Emu desires Yetis, then it would be interesting. Grow could be demoted to Admiral and was killed by rocks. That would be an insane thing. That's what I'm talking about. This guy should not be demoted. He shouldn't even be promoted. He should be protected. He should be like the Knight of God's like main, not even commander, just protected. He should have a protected status. Like Pudding can awaken her third eye. That's what they made it sound like. But Shuri's had the eye like that since birth. So what did she do? Maybe it's something like Future Sight to what Brooke alluded to last chapter. Yeah, but if it was Future Sight related, then why did Shuri have it since birth? You know? Why wasn't Brooke allowed to be around Grow who gave the order? Probably Candel, right? So that Brooke doesn't die. And Leuven. It's probably both. Or the king. But it's interesting. He goes like, normally we don't come to a backwater country like this to retrieve a single brat. But like, it makes it seem like the mission wasn't to make a brat. You know what I mean? Because also it's like 15 years. How long has it been? You know what I mean? It's kind of wild. Nah, Grow heard about the afro and said nah. Zoro would like him, to be honest. That's crazy. It's like going from Sharingan to Mangekyo. Regular eyes to this, it seems like it. I don't think he meant their eyes changed to mismatch eyes. He means awaken ability or something. They're born with those eyes. I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. Oh. Oh, okay. I see. He's saying that okay, they both have the eyes, But having those eyes allow you to awaken something that we don't know that's different from these eyes. It just means that having those eyes means that you're likely you can awaken something. That's interesting. Because that implies that like there's others that have awakened it. Maybe Shuri has awakened it now. Par, can you explain why Brooke was changing diapers? Don't these guys have like servants or something? Yeah, technically Brooke was he was their attendant. He was his page. So Brooke wasn't that high up on the rung, you know? Sharingan, yeah, they need to awaken the vision, just like the Three Eye Tribe. Yeah, just like the Three Eye Tribe, except the Three Eye Tribe have a third eye that like we also don't know what happens with that third eye. To be fair, why are Emu and Mars there then? Since when does Emu go to backwater places? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Realistically, the answer is never going to come to us. But Emu and Mars just being there, I don't think we got the answer for it. And I don't know if we will get the like the idea was that Asperia had something, but it seemed like they really just came to receive a single brat. That's it. That's all. Oh, maybe it was because Emu wanted to see the eyes for themselves. That's probably it. Emu wanted to verify the eyes themselves and then was like, all right, bring her. Dom Reverse here. Let's take her. Wonder if you could mix these eyes like bipolar plus. You mean heterochromia eyes plus 3 eyes could enhance the ability? Maybe. That'd be crazy to have 3 different eyes. Not like 3 different eyes like pudding. Like each eye is different, you know? Emu possessed Mars to do Damir Versi. Well, we don't know if Emu's necessary to do Damir Versi, right? Because on God Valley, they did Damir Versi to the Davy clan before Emu was even there. So it doesn't like Emu's not necessary for the Damir Versi, but um we just don't know who is capable of doing the Damir Versi. Let me see. Just realized there's a bunch of AXM. Thank you for the happy poop, and Hydrogen. Thank you for the star. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, yep. Megamigs. Seems like at the moment, mismatched eyes are just for the man mayor. So are the God Knights just traits that like Emu desires? Like Emu desired, maybe they chose Shanks and Shamrock because they have red hair. Maybe they're trying to recreate a perfect person. They have red hair. They want mismatched eyes. Maybe they're trying to recreate Joy Boy like a Frankenstein. The literal translation is bipolar eyes or bipolar pupils. Oh, Mihawk 100% has special eyes now. Yeah, it seems like Mihawk awakened his eyes, if that's the case. But then why is Mihawk like so solo? You know? Couldn't he see through a holy knight? Why bother Mars? Yeah, that's true. Should be able to see through a holy knight if he's high enough rank. What if he's not high rank enough? What if this is a low ranking? Oh wait, he's a knight of God. He's not a. Well, we don't. It's hard to say, right? Like No, it should be once you have the deep sea contract, you're they are able to control you and see through your eyes, just like Harold. Yeah. Would Zoro open his eyes? Well, Zoro has only one eye, unfortunately. The other eye is missing. Is not missing, it's cut. He's a one-eyed swordsman now. And any panel you've seen where he gets his eye cut from Mihawk's butter knife is a fake panel. Well, we haven't seen Emu possess a normal Knight of God, only the elders, Gunko and Shuri. And Harold, if you were to believe that, like, that moment when Emu was walking Harold into the circle and he was holding himself away, that was Emu directly controlling him, technically. The other eye is waiting. Mihawk uses eye powers to suppress Zoro's special eye. That would be an interesting thing to, like, contemplate, like, what does awakening even mean? What could be possible by awakening the eye? Um Let me see. Time to go through 1,000+ characters and check everyone's eyes. Well, Narakami, that's where you're in luck. I already have a video that went through everybody's eyes, and the double layered eyes theory video did a lot of that before. I mean, that was technically before Gunko. If you're looking for a channel where someone has looked through everyone's feet, everyone's eyes, you've come to the best place. We got, I mean, as far as the eyes go, it's Zunisha, Caribou, Hakuba, the Minx. Maybe it's like the Minx. I didn't awaken it myself, but she might. Loki now. Loki has special eyes. Eyes probably give them foresight or see weak points. If it's something like the Minx and Hakuba, then I just think it's like you get connected to your past life or something like that. It might be that that's literally what it is. Big Mom when she's hungry. Yep. Those special eye, like that. Sometimes you get the eyes when, or Oda makes those eyes similar to this guy's eyes, like when they're in like a situation of peril or like heightened emotions, that kind of thing. Oh wait, is that why Emu allows the celestial giants to be so degenerate and steal women as their 15 wives? He's just fishing for special genes. I assume that's probably what it's like. I looked everyone I looked at every hand in One Piece and found this. Yep, that's the next Par Theory video. Seeing their hockey levels would be crazy with the eyes. Shuri would be kind of cracked. I mean, you would expect her to have like already seen that ability. You know what I mean? Like if the eyes get, or actually no, you have to awaken it. Sorry, I keep forgetting. It's kind of funny. Your eyes are just mismatched until you awaken it, and then what? What happens then? Um, First eye piece, then foot piece. What's next hand piece? Yeah. Visible hockey levels would destroy the power scaling community. Yeah, everyone would be editing their own thumbnails with special eyes. Like Cole would get contacts to match it so that everyone would know he's power scaling at all times. Gear fourth changes eyes too. He gets serious, yeah. I would say more than that. Gear fifth. Sorry, I had the hiccup. Maybe the eyes allow you to become a perfect vessel for Emu? Yeah, it could be something like that. It could be that Emu, but why mismatched eyes? Emu has regular eyes. Or maybe Emu needs the mismatched eyes. I guess that could be it. Like when Emu took over Shuri's body on Elbaf, it's not like they recoiled with blood. But then when they showed up themselves, they recoiled. Maybe they need like a perfect vessel type of deal. Heterochromia Sharingan. Yeah. Out of top Off topic, are you rooting for anyone or any team for the World Cup? Not particularly. I've been watching like all the games. I put the highlights on every morning too, but I fell asleep last night during the US game. So I missed that I fell asleep when they tied it up and then they lost last second. But no, I just enjoy watching all the because I used to play soccer and at a decent level, and seeing a lot of the players that were my age seems really cool. But I like seeing all the young players, like the 18-year-old, 19-year-olds, whatever, coming into the field, getting their time. But as far as teams, I've always liked Japan. This is before Blue Lock. Keisuke Honda, shout outs. I've always liked Japan, but Japan is they're playing pretty well, I would say. So, um, U.S. game didn't actually matter points wise, so it was really funny seeing the players celebrate every goal. Yeah, points wise, it didn't matter. It would just be nice if they didn't lose, um, but yeah. She's got the Sharingan, sensing hockey destroys power levels. Yep, power scaling. Emu didn't possess Harold's body and physically control him. That was Emu giving him an order and Harold fighting his own body. Shanks told Gaban everything that Knight of God get with their contract. Yeah, yeah. It was the order. That's true. Less so than Emu taking full autonomy away and controlling, which is interesting because like we like Mars in this moment. So we've seen now that Emu can just take over Mars, but it's not that Mars didn't speak a single time. Mars literally was sent there, it seemed like, to be taken over. But like then if it was to confirm that Shuri's eyes were special, then that could have been done through the eyes, like seeing in a similar vein of like if you could give an order to Harold. Didn't Shanks also say that they could see everything through their eyes or something like that? Wasn't that something that was said? So do none of the kings in One Piece have brothers or cousins or something? Why did everyone have to leave after Leuven died? Everyone was afraid. But yeah, it seemed like Leuven was an only child. And yes, in terms of kings, um, I mean, it's more interesting that Leuven didn't have a kid with Candel on his own, right? Yeah, no, I mentioned Loki. I mentioned his eyes are crazy. Wait, that wasn't said, Saeed? I thought Shanks definitely said that. What chapter is this? Chapter like 1160 this 5? No. 7? Nope. 8 Snows of Elbaf. Where is it? I guess it's 1169. Let's see. Okay, 1169. Harold and I have signed the shallowest of covenants with this great one in Merdjois. Even with just this shallowest covenant, we can't resist as long as we're within that freak's range. What an odd power. So once we were out of the Holy Land, we finally had the chance to talk openly. I knew it, you are from the Red Haired Pirates. Harold was delighted about the deal he made, blah, blah, blah. But he has this. To get Elbaf added to the government, he has once to get Elbaf added to the government once he was in the Knights of God. But to do that, he has to sign the next level of this covenant. Is that bad or something? Though through the covenant, the Holy Knights of God gain superhuman strength in an undying body, as well as the ability to generate an abyss, a means of traveling long distance. But in exchange, no matter where you are, you cannot defy the orders of the Great One, whose voice will reach you at any range. Ah, the voice. I think that's where I had the mistake. The voice will reach you at any range. So if he agrees to the covenant, Harold will be forced to do what those people say. Knowing how greedy they are, I can't imagine they would keep their word and give him what they promised. Very interesting stuff. So the voice. So Mars had to go there literally just so Emu could take over the body. Because we don't know if Emu can take over Man Mare Grow's body like they could with Shuri's body. Which is interesting because you think that the eyes are the main thing, but also in movie Red, a person link eyesight via observation hockey. Yasop and Usopp, even Luffy and Shanks, so eyesight can be shared if you have hockey. Yeah, the observation hockey mind rope, as we call it on this channel. I had a video predicting that one day that would happen, and then Film Red came out, and it was like, I can't believe they showed it in a movie, but nonetheless, Emu's eyes can see the devils in the fruit. That's an interesting thought. If that was the case, he would have known that it was Loki who killed him. Yeah, well, the conversation back then was why didn't Emu take over the body? But if they were able to, but we were dealing with a lot less information. Like how you're saying that it's only been Shuri so far that's been taken over. It's like why couldn't they take over Harold's body? You know? Notice how Parr never tries to defend Harold, the literal best king in One Piece, but goes to bat for the bum Leuven who got his entire king killed for selfishness. Did I go to bat for the bum Leuven? I just said that he didn't have he didn't have cousins. And I was wondering why he didn't have a kid with Kendall. That's all. But I don't think like Leuven isn't on the same tier as Harold. Harold had the strength that Leuven doesn't. But like it's interesting the stance. I mean, if they switched shoes, would Harold have been a better king because he had the strength and defied them? Is the act of self-preservation a signature of a good king? Otherwise, standing is the saying goes. It's like rather die standing than live on your knees, right? Does that go for kingdoms as well? Does that go for people as well? I guess they would have to vote, but he lied to them about the parameters. Shuri's life for Asperia. Well, it's not Shuri's life per se. it was, I guess it was the last thing that connected him to Candel. I just think it's interesting that they didn't have another kid with Candel. Reread what Shuri said about Leuven. No, I know that that's what I mean, I even predicted that that's what she would say too. But you also have to take what Shuri says. It's kind of like going back to Dory and Brogy when they get Damiversi'd, and then taking them like, is it true? Should they kill Yarul because he's a waste of space and they don't need a ruler? Well, it's like Yarul isn't really the ruler, right? Like the Damiversi speech pattern is kind of something you take with a grain of salt, with the sense of, especially what people say. So far as the world government families are concerned, Odas refer to different humans as tribes, and at God's throne there are 24 elders, thought to be 12 tribes plus 12 apostles. If long leg and long arm are tribes in a superhuman context, then man-mares might have been some original humans with latent potentials, aka heterochromia. Yeah. The difference here is what Shuri's saying is true. Difference, not necessarily. I mean, would the kingdom, I mean, it goes up to the vote, right? Like if you live in a place with the king, you listen to what the king says. But if he were to try to do this more democratically, who knows? What if the people who cherished Shuri as like the new dawn, especially with Candel gone, would they have given up their princess for themselves? We don't know, right? I think that's partially what that chapter is setting up. Like the part that's true is, yeah, that she's a celestial dragon, right? There's truth in there, but she's saying that she wants to, like her 16 years, the past 16 years were a complete waste. Don't you understand how angry that makes me? Is that true? Is that how she feels? I don't know. I don't think so, right? That's what I'm saying. It's um like this is the part that bamboozled Brooke. This is the nuance that breaks Brooke a little bit, because he raised her, and hearing those words come out of his mouth, it's like that doesn't make sense. They weren't a complete waste. So if that part's not true, then it makes you wonder how much of this she's going with it, right? You would say that she's under duress. She's not thinking clearly, is what the state of emotions would be. The legal defense. Just because you say some truth. It's like if someone had a gun to my head, I could say it like a bunch of true things, but at the end of the day, would I have made the same decisions with a gun to my head? I don't know, right? But the part that probably isn't something that she would say is that guy over and over again, right? That's something that I am actually curious about, how she interpreted it without Damiurversi. That's what I'm curious about. Because the Damiurversi thing, it's like in Rox's situation, there wasn't like an agreement. He just got Damiurversi'd. But in some form or fashion, there is like a contract sometimes. So I wanted to see that part of the dialogue. Like, what happened when they confronted Shuri? Did they tell her about her dad and her true like genetics, the truth of her genetics, and then Damiurversi her? Or did she Damiurversi? Like, it really does depend on when she came to that conclusion. But at the end of the day, um, you can't really fault. Oh, I mean, this is the whole conversation. Like, might is right, right? Like to have your whole nation on the balancing beam for your own child. It's not really a choice that is fair to ask someone to make, which is why you can't just siege somebody. Like, it's kind of wild that they did all this. Now is the oh man, we don't know if the fog was manufactured either, because that's another aspect to it too. How much of this was forced down their throats? Ask Sai about this more. We already know what Sai is gonna say. Should have gave up Shuri. Sai most of the time leans towards the winner. That's why. The winner is right because they won. Which that's like, yeah, and if you live in a might is right world, then you know we'd have much different moral dilemmas, but we don't live in a might is right world, and we shouldn't live in a might is right world, because spoiler alert, none of us are mighty. Thing with Leuven is, like, I get it. No blame him for choosing his daughter, but at the same time, the whole kingdom for one person. It's one of those, yeah, but the problem is, it's like there's no guarantee, right? There's no guarantee that even if he gave the daughter over, that um they, like, what, they get perpetual uh kingdom status. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't afford it, so then they asked for the daughter. That's another thing. They asked for the daughter once they lost status with the world government. Kind of interesting. It seemed, in that light, it seems like the fog was forced because they couldn't just take over an affiliated nation, so they had to make it unaffiliated first by forcing them to not pay the thing. And so what they did is they threw the fog at them. Throwing the fog at them forced them to be under leveraged in their negotiations, and boom, you get the scenario. So really that part plays a hand in it, but um like, that's why you don't, like, when it comes to even 1,000 slaves or Shuri, it's like, okay, we gave you what you wanted this time. What will it take next time, right? And people's lives, the main thing is that Asperia doesn't agree with slavery, right? Like, even if Shuri was taken this time, what happens next time? I mean, not Asperius, what's his face? Sorbet Kingdom was put in a similar predicament, right? And in order to appease the rules, what Bakori tried to do initially was claim that the old people and like poor people aren't humans anymore, and because they aren't humans, they couldn't be counted in the taxing, something like that. And he divided up the land to create like a no citizenship land or whatever. So um that's what forces those kinds of policies. It seems stupid, but in reality, Bakori was a little smart for trying to figure out a way outside of this stuff. But other than that, it's like, is Bakori a good king because he tried to enslave his people into chattel slavery to avoid a war? Is that the correct choice? Does that make him a good king? I don't think people would say, yeah, that's a good king. You know what I mean? Especially when he was just like looking at Goa Kingdom. It's like, you know what? They just burned their people. Why don't we do the same thing? Why don't we just burn them too? We're gonna find out that the population, there's a limitation to the population that an island can have because of some like giant monster or something like that. Like something gets summoned. It felt like that with God Valley too. God Valley, the way they were talking about it, it's like I forgot what it was. Saturn to Emu. It's like we might. Let's go pull back that chapter. Actually, what chapter was it? It was like, um, probably 1164. Um, let's see. Um, 1163 maybe. No, it's before this. 1162 then. Is it 1162? Not so fast, therefore Rox is dead. I could not say this is all unexpected. There is a danger that such wanton destruction might bring about the birth of something entirely new. I still remember this like line from Saturn. And then Emu goes, that must not happen. And it's confusing. It really is confusing. There's a danger that such wanton destruction might bring about the birth of something entirely new. Contrast this with what Shanks was saying on the Holy Land in 1167. Same thing as Shuri, but in that case, he was acting. Yes. Yes, in that case, he was acting. No one in the right mind will turn over anyone they love. Yeah, I mean that's also goes hand in hand with this chapter, which and Elbaf in general, which is that Emu saying that they made Elbaf bend the knee because of the offspring that were taken. So, like, without fail, thine people inevitably bend the knee when thine offspring are taken. Which that's not like that's I think the irony of what's happening here is that it's not about the offspring, it's about love, right? Because it's not that Leuven it's not that Shuri was his offspring, it was that he loved her, right? You wouldn't give up people that you love. They don't necessarily have to be from your DNA pool. Sometimes it's better not to have them from your DNA pool because you can't procreate with people of your DNA pool. After a few times of that, a few Russian roulettes with your DNA, you end up with genetic disorders. You mean he's specifying the giants? Well, I'm confused. Well, let me go back. Leuven may believe he made the right decision, which ironically led to his death. Go to a war you can't win, you are a bad king. You go to a war. I wouldn't say so. If you go to a war, I mean, that's why democracy ends up being the more modern solution to this thing because it's if you go to a war that you can't win, but the people support, then you're not a bad king. You understand? Like that's kind of the gist of it. It depends on the people, right? People determine if you're a good king, bad king. if you're making decisions as a king that the people don't support, then and forcing them to die against their will, that's the part, right? The against their will part. Maybe the effects of messing with the abyss. Scared of top music appearing. Yeah, scared of top music appearing is the 1162. That's kind of like when me and Sai talked about it. We were like, bro, there's some top musica-esque thing coming out of this. I think Shuri has a split personality. We'll have to find out. It's kind of, we'll have to see what what unfreezing the ice leaves us. I think it's up in the air whether it was the right decision. Same goes with Harold and like all the other kings. I say a lot of the kings made bad decisions. Luffy kind of just bails them out. Well, I wouldn't even say it's just not like, if you're basing the goodness of it, the correct decision off of wins, then it's kind of like winning doesn't, like, it depends what the contests are, right? If contests are over fighting, military might, right? And that's how you win, then I wouldn't say that that's a measure of society. If the point of war is determine which society is better, then war is a terrible way to do that, you know? So like that's why war wouldn't, like, the Cold War or the it wasn't a direct battle that put us into space, but it was the desire for which demonstrating which, you know, which side had the best resources to go to space, you know. But had we continued to go to war in a capacity where we like kill each other, then we probably would have delayed space by a long, long time. And we'd have much, I don't know, I wonder if going to space created more flat earthers than not going to space, like in hindsight, or delaying it. Kind of interesting in that light, but winning is having your kids survive. Yes, but just because your kids survive doesn't mean that they will live a better life if that life means slavery, right? That's kind of the point. Is like, yes, if you survive, and the notion is every month you need to give over slaves, when's your turn? When's your turn to become the slave? Right? How do you choose who becomes the slave? Do you just choose poor people? Do you just choose sick people? That's a terrible way to choose slaves, right? That's kind of where you get it. King Harold knew what he's doing. I don't know how that adds to the changes the dynamic of what we're talking about. That's where AI comes in. Yeah, that's where you bring back AI. AI is an interesting thing. It's an accelerator of certain predicaments. AI kind of forces the need for more. The job market's just an interesting spot. It just won't function the same way with AI. Um, could be true, but usually doors get closed by wind, not flames. Oh yeah, that was a funny, the door just closing. It's like the flames sucked up all the air and then it closed shut the door. That could be it. They created a vacuum and then they couldn't breathe. Just perfectly dramatic wind showing up. Um, they told everyone to learn coding, knowing AI would take over coding jobs. Classic, yeah. Yeah, slaves. What about cheek taking? Yeah, there's also that route too, where Slazu Dragon just shows up to your kingdom. She wasn't the queen, but she was the commander. You're the commander of the troops. So it'd be like, I guess in America's situation, be aliens coming over and taking over Donald's. Technically, technically, there are chiefs of, in commanders and stuff like that, but the commander in chief would just be taking over good old orange guy. It's funny how chatty Emu is with Loki. He did in a bid to rescue their children. Andrew is what he's saying. A few centuries is not nearly enough to change the nature of a race. Without fail, fine people have never been the option taken. It's an interesting thing. It makes you wonder, like Emu's an interesting character in the light of, like, they should recognize why inherently, like, Vegapunk is a good example of why might is right is the stupid philosophy, because the world government used Vegapunk, who operated outside of the world government and just needed the funds, but the funds weren't free because the world government was oppressing the world. And then they criminalized them. And then they needed, like, Vegapunk wasn't a product of the world government inherently, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, it's like, it would be like the US having an Olympian win all of the things and then not be from the US. And they're like born and raised outside of it. All of it was, it's just random circumstance, right? Vegapunk, unless we were able to say, like, oh no, we knew genetically that Vegapunk would come out from his parents, whatever. But that's not the case. And most of Vegapunk's, like, fruition came outside the world government, skirting the world government. In fact, he was studying the ancient kingdom, which is an interesting, we don't know, like, Emu's, like, how Emu views the ancient kingdom in that light, considering they are willing to use the ancient weapons, which we, like, kind of assumed were on Joy Boy's side. So what if the world government is oppressing the people for the sake of the environment? Then Lelucia is an interesting example. Lighting fire to all the places that they've been to is an interesting example. Like, is the product of God Valley better or worse? Is the environment better off that it sunk into the ocean? Or was that just a bunch of pollution? Or, you know what I mean? Like, some of these actions you can just kind of just write off and say, like, yeah, it's not done for the environment. Like, if Emu was this, like, nature fairy that was trying to protect the earth, then instances like God Valley and Lucia are very interesting to put in that context. Why is it so absurd that a beloved king couldn't rally the entire kingdom and save their princess? It's not. No, he did. He succeeded. It just, the other side was just stronger, right? But like I'm saying, strength, if anything, strength is not, like, another good example is actually, like, what did the world lose from losing Hesperia because they wanted the princess? They lost music in a lot of ways. They lost the kingdom of instrument makers. Yeah, there was probably an Elgia that made music, but by destroying the kingdom of instrument makers, I'm sure that was a detriment to music worldwide, right? And so Hesperia's value inherently wasn't their strength, it was the music. And you have celestial dragons that value that music. Where, like, sure, he's still a celestial dragon, brainwashed or not, she was enjoying music. and that hampered a lot of it because Asperia was destroyed for one princess. And I'm saying that because what made the instruments wasn't the land, it was the people. And that's what I was bringing up before. If the world government cared about its constituents, then they should have ran a relief for the people. I mean, they're already doing refugees in the story, but like, you would have saved the people from the fog and created a refugee situation where they left Asperia's fog situation so that people weren't dying, unless the fog was manufactured by the world government, which we don't know. It seems likely the case, but you know, if it weren't and it was just random fog, then the world government should have saved them, unless it was to their benefit that not Elgia, Asperia fell. Dang, these E names with these musical countries. Um, Navy is the sword of the world government. Are you dumb? What's going on here? You're stupid as Harold Holy. I'm confused. I have no idea what you're referencing. Um, Animals, the most marginalized groups, the extreme taxes exist to limit the growth of humans. It's carbon tax power. I guess so. We should hit up PETA on that. Talking to Tornado. Oh, that's not telling the Giants to fight the world government. He said they have the option to join the Navy. This is before Harold knew the world government were ops. Yeah, I think that that decision was dumb because um, he was giving the world, he was blunting his own value. If we put it in Asperia terms, it would be like Asperia not part of the world government, and the world government really loves music, and for free, Leuven gave them music like concerts and instruments and classes or whatever to create their own fleet of musicians to appease their needs. Then they would no longer need Asperia, right? In that light, Harold was giving them the military might. Elbaf is more direct in the conversation because it's like the world government loves military might, and he was giving them free military might before he had any agreement, no like treaty, like, hey, you might not be affiliated, but we'll give you a treaty for 20 years. What's 20 years in giant years? You know, it's like offsided, but Harold didn't even do that. There's no like uh, rules of not engagement, because the main problem is like, hey, sailing on the sea is illegal, and unaffiliated people can't do that. So if Harold at least negotiated, like, hey, like, we may not be affiliated yet, but could you give us a pass so we don't have to like destroy our military and your military with our giants? And instead of that, he's like, here's some giants to enforce your military and not ours, and we'll never have a standing with you guys ever to this day, which is kind of wild. But that was kind of the silly. That might have been the silliest part of what Harold did, because everything else was kind of like not just hindsight, but it's hard to there. That one is the most carrot dangling in front of Harold's face thing of all the things that he did, where it's like, this is what they want from you, Harold, so don't give it to them for free. That's the worst thing you could do in like a negotiation. But he did anyways. So at that point, what would they need Elbaf for? They just want military might, right? Um, but he didn't recognize that. He didn't recognize that military might was the end all be all that they wanted from Elbaf. Those misestimation, um, which makes you wonder if Elbaf ever fought for unaffiliated nations. Like, some of those nations gave clothing and food or whatever. Did when war came, did Elbaf ever fight for them? Yeah, Harold said no to that at the very end. But at that point, it was already too deep. He already enslaved himself. So that was that's the problem of being a slave king, right? He shouldn't have given over. If he wanted to atone for the sins of the giants beforehand, he needed to make that all clear. But he, as the king, gave his own freedom away. It would have made more sense if he gave the rule of kingship to someone else, and then seen what the world government would have wanted, right? So, oh no, Luffy's gonna get his ass whooped. I don't know. It's hard. It's truly a difficult kind of position to be in. To be fair, because he says he's the strongest. He's like he feels like he can't lose. Emu's on the brink of like the time limit, or not time limit, but like they shouldn't be here for some reason, and they're taking damage. Maybe like enough damage, and then they have to leave. But there's Conqueror's Hockey, Armament Hockey. Yeah, Emu's time on Elbaf is gonna run out. Yeah, like we don't know for certain what the time restraint or time constraint is on Emu, but Luffy's whole entrance here stalled that enough that Loki handled a lot of it. The question is like, can Luffy subdue Omen, Maki? Like, or does it do enough damage to him that it's the same, like as if he's getting hit? Like, is Maki like counter hockey? Is Maki hockey that's just dark? So like every hit he takes bypasses his defenses. Like it's all so interesting. Like I don't know where One Piece fights go from here. If I'm being honest, gonna take more than one punch. Yeah, seems that Emu is about to get a teabagging. Yeah, that's the other part where it doesn't feel like this punch. Fine, he got sucker punched in a lot of ways, but like, does that continue? You know, um, one kingdom was known for having the strongest warriors, and the other was known for music. Why did the weaker one go to war instead of the stronger? If Leuven was in charge of Elbaf, be better. In that scenario, yeah, Leuven stood on business much better. I mean, we already saw that with Brook when he was standing up to the Navy. We already saw that Leuven was more willing to stand for his own people more than Harold. Um, but Harold was getting a lot of, or there was a lot of like, it's funny. I think back to the conversation with Tekking, because Tekking had a whole tirade about Harold too, which was funny to hear. It was funny to hear someone other than me go on about it. But he even brought up a part about how he didn't care about like how Harold was a bad dad to Loki too. Um, but um, Want Loki to. Is it wrong of me to want Loki to die? I don't think it's wrong of you, but I think it's impossible. I think Loki might be too hard to kill. Like, if he had a straight out opponent, like he's out here boxing Emu and he's going blow for blow, it would take like a month to kill him, it feels like. I feel like Loki, like, you know how like the strong fights take a long time? Like, was it Akainu and Kuzan fought like 14 days? I feel like Loki, it would take like a month to kill him. Like, it would take a long time. Especially the Gunko scene. I saw the Gunko scene in the anime. She's out here like stabbing and punching him for like 2 hours or 2 minutes straight. It's crazy. 10 days? Oh, it was 10 days. That was 14 days. Makes sense. Um, I need stakes in this story. It literally feels like the final war is a downhill battle. Yeah, I mean, Elbaf is just interesting. I just don't know where we like. I think what Oda said was it ends in a big flashy finish or whatever, and that feels like what's going to happen. I just don't know what, and that's the point, right? Like Oda wouldn't want it to be predictable, but I like my stance is I think the kids get taken. I think Colin gets saved by Scopper. I think Scopper dies. I think that they rush over to Lodestar after this to get some kind of like final piece. Maybe Scopper gets like last word in, something like that. I feel like there is going to be a death. I think that Scopper's the main one. And I do think that per my video where I said Elbaf ends in tragedy, I think that one was true too, because if Elbaf ends in a flash, then and quickly, then it goes a long way to say that that whole like banquet that happened at the very beginning um was kind of the death flag for the arc, was that they had the banquet at the start so that they can't have a banquet at the end, and there's going to be a death that makes it so that a banquet would be awkward. And I think that Colin, it might be that Colin joins them. Is that weird? Does Colin join the Straw Hats? Maybe I make a video on that. It's not something I've been thinking about, but it's been in the back of my head for a little bit. Um, wonder if Colin joins them. What if Emu dies? Okay, Emu's not dying. That I wouldn't want that. Yeah. Okay, go past. I wouldn't want it to. Do you think it's possible? Because I don't know if I like Colin that much either. But is it possible? No one is joining. Okay, not joining as like a straw hat, but like on the boat. Did Bonnie join? Is Bonnie a straw hat? Did Bonnie just give up her pirate crew? I wonder if Bonnie's pirate crew. Wait, what happened to Bonnie's pirate crew? Do we like have something like official? It's just that like they didn't meet up after like the time skip, right? Colin's a nepo baby bum. He's not joining. Luffy did throw out Gear 4 against them. For for anyone, Emu is Luffy's future. Emu is Luffy's future suit of stretchy armor. That's crazy. Hold on, let me join the Discord. Let me just join this real quick so that Sai knows. Awesome. Let me know I'm in the room. There we go. All right, Sai should be able to join up. I think they're in jail. Only Bonnie escaped. Oh, from Akainu. Yeah, it's possible. Luffy whooped out Gear 5 for Roto's pet snake. Yeah, but not for Emu. Yamato already got sent on a side quest day 0. We ain't getting no more crew members. Didn't even step foot on the Sunny. Yeah, but I knew that. I knew that was the case. I knew from the very beginning Yamato wouldn't be on the crew. And yet I had a feeling with Colin just now. I'm not saying it's a strong feeling. I'm just saying that the Colin joining might be higher up than Yamato joining. I'm not saying it's more popular. I'm not saying more people want that or it's more likely. I'm just saying that it's already like who better, you know what I'm saying? On Elbaf, everyone Luffy asked to join the crew is part of the crew. Calling for Two Piece. I want Bonnie to join the crew, but it feels like she's staying on Elbaf. I don't know about Bonnie. Depends on Kuma, I guess. East Cat joins? Nah. Feel like Oda shows us Wano prospering because it's gonna turn bad again when Blackbeard attacks or something? Yeah, probably. I feel like Kaido's introduction was a disservice to every future villain after he was beaten. Kaido's introduction of bet on him, Landseer Air. That introduction, because yeah, Colin will join Luffy's daughter's crew in Two Piece. Oh, Luffy's having a daughter now. That's not very shonen. You got to have a Boruto. Oh, I guess Naruto did have a daughter. Never mind. Ichigo had a son though. You got the big three. Got to keep it with the boys, I guess, for shonen, right? Not saying that there can't be girls in shonen. I'm just saying that's the pattern, you know. What do you think is important about the heterochromia? Is it the Sharingan of the One Piece world? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think it might be if the double layered eye theory holds, then it's a connection of wills, like ability to connect to another will. Um and I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that means for Emu. Why is that so desired? Is it just because Emu like can Emu only take over Gunko's body? Is that what it is? Unless they have like the deep DC contract. Like obviously Mars and Saturn, yeah. But like Gunko, is that possible because Gunko has the eyes and then that's not possible with the other Holy Knights? I think it's their future sight ability. Yeah, but then what about other people's future sight? Like Shanks has future sight. Shanks is a celestial dragon and has future sight. He doesn't have the eyes, right? I thought Brook Fruiter was awakened. We have no idea. We have no idea about his fruit. No idea about the awakening situation. When he died, I mean. I mean, that's possible, but it didn't sound like he Like nothing awakened when fruits awaken, like extra things happen, I guess. Maybe Brook Soul King is the version of it, but like we don't necessarily know. Said here before in Japanese is bipolar eyes, and bipolar means having two opposite poles or extremes. That could be a start for a theory. Yeah, I don't know what that would mean for emu though. Like, why is it desired? You know, Bonnie travels around with the sun god her dad told her about. Then he meets back up with Kuma after Lilith fixes him. Then Bonnie could tell Kuma's story about Nika like how he used to tell her. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Very beautiful. It's like so wholesome if Bonnie gets a good storyline like that. I doubt we'll get it though. Like, I doubt we'll get like canonically. That's something we just gotta hold in our heart. One day, Kuma gets fixed, and then we just see like one panel of them talking to each other. Um, Gunko's the one we saw doing the summoning, so maybe many Abyss related or Maki related. Maybe it's Abyss related or Maki related. Maybe it means she has space for two souls, which can switch Cavendish Hakuba style, the perfect body. Yeah, it could be something like that, right? Her eyes are different here, right? Technically, in this chapter, her eyes are both the same. Like they're not like because she's Dami reversied, right? Yeah. Loki isn't gonna die. He's on the mural. Yeah. Technically, Loki is on the mural. Um, the didn't see Kuma or Bonnie on the mural. That's crazy. Is she? Is she what? Would you prefer a plot twist where Joy Boy was actually evil? Hmm. I think Joy Boy is going to end up being problematic. I don't know about evil, but maybe. But like, you know, it could be. It could be that like Joy Boy was in a situation where he was like Shanks at Mare Joie, where that panel where we saw like Emu saying like dominations, everything, right, Joy Boy? And then they were both laughing. But inherently, that scene was like like Joy Boy was acting. Like Shanks was like it'd be like Shanks in Shamrock, where Shamrock is like having a memory of Shanks being like, "Oh my god, my life was wasted. Holy Knights are so awesome." And then like Shamrock has that memory and it's them two laughing together. But we know that Shanks was just, you know, not actually happy about that situation. It could be something like that. If we're trying to contextualize that theme. I think those giant kids that Emu mentioned are the ones that drew the mural, and maybe they grow up to be the Galley Lock Company. That'd be cool. That would be a very interesting situation. I would think that the Galley Law was forced to build the ships maybe for the world government because their kids were taken hostage. Could be something like that. Par, who do you think got more Joy Boy, Emu, Dozan, Davy Jones, or Zunisha? Why is Zunisha on this list? Definitely Joy Boy. Definitely Joy Boy. His name is Joy Boy, bro. He's got it. Joy Boy being evil isn't a plot twist since Vegapunk's already said that it's unclear who was right in the past. He said he didn't know which side was good, right? Like technically. But I think like what Vegapunk was saying that his main holdup of Joy Boy was the ancient weapons, right? It was like, why would you want like these weapons to exist? Like, what was the purpose of that, Joy Boy? More than Emu? Bro, not a single girl has gawked at Emu yet. We have yet to see any Riz, any aura from Emu other than scary Riz. And I am acknowledging that there hasn't been many opportunities for the gawking to happen, but it's still been a long time. It'd be crazy if like normal Gunko was head over heels for Emu, the great one. I have a theory about the D being just Plan D. In case a king goes rogue, and when that happens, they become the enemy of gods. Their job becomes to turn the world upside down. Wait, I don't get it. So like the D clan are kings, and it's just a marker of when, like, if something goes wrong, they flip the script. Fair to question. I'm so curious why you'd ever want those weapons to exist. I mean, we don't know for the other weapons, but if they were living things, that would be why. If ending the ancient weapons meant killing people, then that's probably why, right? Shirahoshi being the main one, would it be allowable for her to be killed or not allowed to have a kid? Is that freedom? Is that what the ancient weapons being passed down meant in the other instances? I don't know, right? Like, we don't technically know. I think a lot of people believe that they're living creatures, though, except for Uranus maybe being like a mechanical weapon. Um, but yeah, if they're all living creatures, then it could be that's the reason why Joy Boy let them all live. D stands for delivery, buggy delivery service. Yeah. Feels like both sides are bad in the past. Both sides probably assumed they were right. The 20 Kings won, and over the centuries they got world government. Yeah, I tend to believe something like that, Gabby. That it's just that, like, it's kind of like what Rox was saying, that there wasn't meant to be one king that stayed. Like, power is meant to be handed over. Everything is a balance. Pluton is mechanical. If we're going off of those, the blueprints, then technically those are the counter Pluton or whatever. But it's hard to say with Pluton. Was Kano the Chinese on the side of the world government or the ancient kingdom? We have no idea, but right now they're part of the world government, I believe, right? I believe they sent people over to the kingdom. The reverie. I wonder if inherited will strengthens your hockey. Maybe. Probably. Probably inherited will and inherited circumstances, right? Like, if Ace lived the same life that Roger lived, then maybe he would have been on a different life path. But because he was Roger's son without Roger in a post Roger world, that led to Ace's circumstances. So maybe it weakened his will. I don't know.
I've thought Emu has gotten more evil over time, awakened zone of devil influencing his personality over hundreds of years. At the time of ancient war, is probably less clear of good evil influencing, including Emu. Yeah, it's probably something along the lines of like just not having balance, not having death. Death is the balancing act. It seems like the story tries to hold. It's the great reset. Without death, there's no balance. Power accumulates, wealth accumulates. Then there's no one to carry the will in a better way. I mean, that is kind of like Roger's story, right? Roger wasn't allowed to accumulate the wealth, but it was also like technically he accumulated it according to him, according to his speech, according to the people, but he was dying, so he wasn't allowed to even see that future. But in reality, he wasn't the right person for it. Something like that. Yeah, they're a member country. Their king is called Ramen. Yep. Talking about Kano Kingdom. Like the fruits have fuel source. I don't understand is Emu cares what happens to the world if he lives forever. Oh wait, you know what I just realized? Sai probably meant his 2 o'clock, which I don't know if I'm gonna go that late. Let's see. For a long time. Is like the fruits have a fuel source when I don't understand is what Emu cares about. Uh if he lives forever. Like the fruits have a fuel source, but I don't understand is what Emu cares. That's no well if he lives forever. Yeah, it seems like Emu's trying to make something. Emu's trying to make a world and it's not completed yet. But more than that, if there are desirable traits that they're like gathering, it seems like they're trying to make something. And I think ultimately it comes down in a weird way to the experiment that like Ginny underwent with Saturn with the blue skin, the blue skin disease. Um that's kind of where I'm leaning towards like there's something that Emu is trying to solve or make or avoid or they're personally undergoing. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, the sapphire scales. Like I feel like a lot of things are going to come back to that. The sapphire scales disease. Why Emu was, or not Emu, but Saturn as the godhead of science was experimenting on stuff like that. Because everything in that experiment was regarded as a failure. But, and it said like the blue scales still showed up. So it's like, why is the blue scale such a problem? And what does that have to do with like celestial dragons at large? Vegapunk fixed it, yes. And the solution didn't seem that hard. But Saturn didn't like it seems like it showing up is the problem, not necessarily solving the problem. You know what I mean? Like, yes, getting Bonnie to not have the blue scales was solved, but I think it might be that the linchpin in what Saturn was looking for is just avoiding the sapphire scale situation altogether. He wants a perfect vessel. Yes, I'm done reading the chapter. Google the Lunis A17 Lunis with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Said Google the Children of Mu from 1931. Children of Mu 1931. James Churchwood is an occult pseudo archaeology book by James Churchwood. Serves as the Lost Continent of Mu. I've heard of this. Yeah. Yeah, the Pacific, in the Pacific, the islands. I've heard of this. I've definitely seen this. He argued that major ancient empires, including the Mayans, Egyptians, Babylonians, ancient Indians, were merely the decayed remnants and colonies of Mu, rather than independent developments. Very interesting. Can we see the cover? Let's see. I believe this is the book. Let's see. This is the first edition hardcover. Open image, a new tab. There you go. Can you see that on the screen? It's hard to show. There's also this one. Is this the original? Oh, this original edition. It just kind of has a dude in the middle. Nice beard, nice mustache. With some text that I can't read and some intricate designs. Ooh. Hold on. We got Psy here. All right, let's see it. All right, wait, say something.
Hello.
Okay, there you are. Cool. Perfect timing. We were jumping on some other things right about then. Children of Mu book.
The what?
The Children of Mu. Have you heard of it?
I've not heard of that one.
It's a sequel to The Lost Continent of Mu, written by a guy in the 1930s.
I didn't know there's a sequel to that. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I knew about the first one, but I didn't know about the sequel either until just now.
That's like, I mean, I guess like the one thing I always bring up is like Titanic 2. People
Yeah.
never expect there to be like a second Titanic, but there's like 3 movies.
Oh yeah, Titanic 3 is crazy. You watched it, right?
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I see the trailer and I see clips and I meme on it.
Yeah, I
That's pretty much
watched it. It was so bad, but in like a good way. Or it was so
Yeah.
good, but in a bad way.
Yeah. Like it's one of those movies you just make fun of later.
Yeah. Yeah, his audio's low. How is it low? What if I turn down my audio and then you guys can turn the whole thing up? How about that? Because I just turned down my audio by 15% and now I match size audio, I think. Is that better?
I blame Discord.
It's because I'm on my PC. For some reason, it has a different like threshold for the sound. I guess I don't know. Let me double check if the
How about no? Negotiations fell, Par.
yeah, they felt
They
it.
didn't want it.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's 100% on all my. Let me double check on the sound settings.
Yeah, and on my side, I never like touched the audio.
Yeah, wouldn't expect you to. 100%. Yeah. Input. Yeah, everything's 100%. Very odd. Very odd.
You let me crank the volume to the max. Yeah.
Yeah, like right now your voice is hitting yellow line and then my voice sometimes hits the red line. So I'm gonna turn myself down. And now my max is yellow. Okay. And then size max is say okay in a strong way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ramus.
you hit yellow there. So I think that's good. I think maybe everyone turn your sound up a little bit and then we're good. Which is crazy because now my sound is at 75%. Loud fan in my background at work right now. Just put me in front of the fan so then it goes like just do one of those.
Smart.
Yeah. And then it'll also project the sound as well.
That's why they pay you the big bucks par.
Yeah. Luffy has officially punched every rank of the Celestial Dragons now. Shuri? Did he punch Shuri?
He hasn't hit a God Steel, has he?
Oh, no, he hasn't hit a God Steel yet. It's like hit a few ranks lower, actually.
Yeah, he's hitting high. He's got to hit low now.
Yeah, he's got to hit low. He's hit rock bottom, but he hasn't quite hit the below the belt. That's where he's got to aim. That's where God Steel lies, so they say.
Will we defeat every rank of Marine first, or every rank of Knight of God?
Oh, Luffy has
every rank of Celestial.
Wait, Luffy's beaten Admiral. Does he have to beat Fleet Admiral now?
Oh, I mean, what about Commodore?
Oh my God, there's too many ranks.
I told you, yeah, every rank of Marine.
I'm sure he's already
ranks, man.
I'm sure he's already beaten a Commodore. They were Marine number 6 on.
What about Vice Admiral?
Vice Admiral, he watched a bunch of Vice Admirals get pummeled.
Watching people get pummeled isn't the same as pummeling, right?
Well,
like when Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, I didn't say, "Oh, I beat Mike Tyson."
He already punched a Vice Admiral into the ground at Marineford. Garp.
Fuck. Wait, I have to give you that one. Yeah. Yeah, I have to give you that one. What about Brand New? Wait, does Luffy not even know that Brand New exists?
No, that guy's just hiding behind the bounty posters.
Yeah, I was about to say, he only stays in the office. I don't think Brand New's ever been out on the field.
Frankie's one shot
Wait.
ruined my Vice Admiral agenda.
I don't think he did.
When he took out Tosa, 10-finger Tosa.
He didn't take out Tosa.
Oh, he didn't?
Yeah, Tosa was about to take out Frankie. Frankie took out I forgot his name. It's the guy that looks like Patrick Star with the steampunk technology.
Red King?
Red King, yeah, Red King.
You forgot Red King?
I didn't forget him. The name slipped my mind. I just woke up, man.
That's a cute
still,
mug.
like putting myself together, man.
Did your wife choose that mug for you?
This mug?
Yeah.
No, we bought it together.
We bought it together? Like it was a choice between the both of you or more?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I like it too.
It's pretty solid. I think it's like Target or something.
So speaking of 1186, it seems like predictions flashback ended.
Not awful.
Flashback ended. I bamboozled you a little bit with your the one where you took the chapter opens up with the
Fuck. Yeah. It's your little sleeper agent.
Yeah, gotcha. Good. That one really sold it. Yeah, I had to get.
It's like one of those like ink packets that banks put in like their rolls.
Yeah.
You tricked me.
Yeah, after you got the guitar one right, the way you did, I just had to just slam jam your confidence with that one. But we got the Brooks Scar. Was that in our predictions this time? The Scar? I think it was.
Yeah, the scar was there. Yeah.
Something I didn't put, which is kind of like light, but like it seems like Brooke. The explanation makes sense, right? Like a lot of the stuff that went through, he was so crazy, and then he got lobotomized, right? Like effectively, he got lobotomized.
Pretty much. Yeah.
This is how the first lobotomy on record like went, where like a steel rod went through the guy's head.
So funny.
Yeah, and then they woke up, Commander, you're good, and the guy just was like he was
I
alive,
mean,
but he wasn't.
is it even a lobotomy though? Because they said it's a miracle. It missed all your brain, your blood vessels, your bloodstream, your brain stem.
But then it said the brain itself, dot dot dot. We don't know. The doctor didn't get to finish his diagnosis here.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, no, no. I read that as like one of those like ultimate like enders. Like,
Yeah,
oh yes, it missed this, it missed that. The entire brain itself. My bad. Yeah.
yeah. No, it
No, you
it
might be right. Yeah, maybe he is like. I mean, we never looked at Brooke, to be fair, and said he was the smartest Straw Hat. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. We never looked at him and said, "Is this what was defending an entire kingdom?" Surely not.
Yeah. And then it could explain why he has like no real powers nowadays. It's just because he forgot, dude. He lobotomized, like you said.
Yeah. He had to remember. He had to have the music reattach the neurons between his. That was what
Mm,
was happening in the time skip. It was his neurons were reconnecting.
the
Uh,
brain itself was missing from the start. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
I get it
good
now.
play. Hydrogen. He has to play every instrument to unlock his intelligence again.
This feels like the start of like a video game of like for example, I don't know if you guys play like The Witcher 3. You know, you play Witcher 1, Witcher 2, you like level up your character all the way. Geralt is like effing strong. And then here comes Witcher 3, and it's like, oh, I need to relearn these abilities because I hit my head. Or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that's what happens. He's like, oh yeah, I fell and now I lost all my abilities from the first game. Oh, I've got to relearn them.
Quick,
This
click
is 100%
X.
that.
Click X and hold it so I can relearn how to stab. Like it's just like stuff like that. Pick up
Yeah, yeah,
items.
yeah.
And now here's a tutorial on how to play this game. Um
I like it.
yeah, Phineas Gage, the railroad worker tool went right through his face. Yep, that's the guy. That's the guy me and Sai always talk about when we talk about lobotomy boys. Well, we're talking about ourselves, but we're also talking about the
Yeah.
good old number one, Phineas. He was number one. Oh wait, that's a different. Oh wait, that wasn't even Phineas from SpongeBob.
I don't
Never
think
mind.
we've talked about it that much, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen the documentary.
We talked about it like one time on the 50/50, but we were also talking about how it became like a trendy surgery thing in like whatever the 40s or something, and a bunch of like women would just get it so that they could escape their husbands and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then we talked about what JFK's sister. Was that
Was
her?
it? Oh yeah, one of the
Yeah, JFK's
Kennedys.
sister got lobotomized, and
Yeah,
then
and
she
it's a
was just
big
never
deal.
the same.
Yeah, which that
They
makes
literally
sense.
said, "Yo, she's like a little bit too angsty. Can we like just send her ass to the doctor real quick so they can ice pick her?"
Yeah. When in reality, it's just probably like hormonal period
Yeah,
stuff.
we did some crazy shit back in the day.
Yeah, not too far ago either. Not we.
Yeah, I mean the progress of humanity. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Is Luffy smarter than Brook confirmed? They're probably the
No.
same. Luffy stabbed himself in the head. Gotta remember that.
Yeah, surprisingly, even though Burke is lobotomized, Luffy still takes the cake for I wouldn't call him like the dumbest character, but he's just the most not smart character.
Yeah, the other part is Luffy. Oh, I gotta put you on the screen. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. Put you on like that.
He's
Now you're
not
behind
dumb.
me.
He's just it's not intelligent.
He's just special. Well, if we really go back to chapter 1, that knife went really deep into Luffy's face. So maybe he
I
did.
wouldn't say so.
You don't think so? Yeah, let's go back to chapter 1.
No.
Let's see this chapter 1.
I used to cut myself, and that's not that deep.
In the face.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, he's a baby here. So like, okay, so this knife is about, it's about half his head when it's elongated. I would say it's about the size. Oh, it's the tip, but it's like it's hitting skull.
Yeah, it's like just the tip.
But it's hitting skull for sure. No, it's not just the tip actually. It's a good like 2-3 inches deep in here. You can't even go 2 inches deep. Maybe Luffy scratched his brain too.
Yeah, he like angled it up. He tickled it.
Yeah, I think he tickled it a little bit. If Brook can survive this, then Luffy can survive that.
Brook surviving that headshot is so funny, dude. That's like one of the most anime things out there. Just, hey, yeah, Brook survived it, man. It missed everything there.
Yeah. Even though it looked like
it just hit the empty space in his head.
It went straight through his brain. What if Oda doubles, like, gives us that? Like, Brook, when he was on the Rumbar Pirates, he was actually just like, he was lobotomized. But like the crew just accepted him. Like, who wakes up at 4 a.m.? Well, he was doing that even normal. But like he's actually lobotomized, and the crew just treated him as such, and they just loved him anyways. And then when he died, he regained his like full capacity because he fully died. What if that's what it is?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the revive fruit works like that. That'd be crazy.
It heals you. It heals your brain.
Yeah, it's not like a full heal per se, is it?
I mean, Dami Reversi sounded like it was, except for your arm, in Brogy's case. Don't forget, we have Yarul. We do have Yarul, but Yarul's like... Yarul's actually lobotomized. Nah, I'm joking.
No, Yarul, no, I like his explanation of like, hey, I don't want to tell the world about Loki. So, like, we thought he might have been lobotomized, but he escaped the allegations.
No, but I'm talking about, like, his strength. Like, his...
Oh, okay. No, he's just old. I mean, I'm not expecting my grandpa to, like, lift 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, but you remember all those times where we thought he was about to do something, and then he didn't, and he was just standing there? He seems so menacing, too.
He's still standing there.
He was holding back Harold before the lobotomy. He was there. He was a part of the strength.
But now it's like that's 14 years ago. Now he's just
that was only 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's 14 years. Dude, a lot can happen in 14 years.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the head. I'm saying that a lot of things happened was him getting stabbed in the head, so now he can't like exert himself. That's what I'm saying.
No, I just think he's tired.
Yeah, but in 14 years ago, he exerted himself. He exerted himself 100% more than he does now.
There's nobody else to like rely on or anybody.
The kids are being stolen right now. Like his grandchild.
The Straw Hats are here.
Yeah, but his grandchild is being taken. His great grandchild.
Yeah, but the Straw Hats are here and they're like working on it.
The Straw Hats are not at the village. Just FYI, doing anything.
Sanji is.
Sanji's fighting. Well, actually, we don't know what Sanji's fighting. Sanji's
about to fight Killingham, and guess where Killingham's at? The village.
No, he's above the village. I wouldn't say Billy.
Okay, semantics. Oh, he's at the village, but he's like 5 feet off the ground, so technically he's not there anymore.
If you were flying over,
what are we doing here?
If you were flying over New York City, I wouldn't say Sai went to New York. Or is in New York.
Would. Yes, you would.
If you were going to 100% Boston,
you would.
If you were going to Boston, you just flew over. You know what I mean? Killingham's flying over. He's going over to the port. Sanji's going to the port.
What do you mean Sanji's going to the port? Killingham's at the village. Yes, they're on the way to the port, but right now they're at the village.
Yeah, but the kids, they're being taken. The kids are gone. The kids are taken and...
The kids are still at the village fighting Zaza.
Yeah. It'd be funny if we saw them grabbing onto the house. Like, grabbing onto the houses as they're being pulled by water. How does water pull them? I'm surprised they're not drowning inside of them. Inside of the thing. Inside of Zaza.
Yeah, we don't ask those questions.
Yeah.
We just who are we to question the god?
But yeah, speaking of other things that we shouldn't have questioned, it was the third person in the room. It happened to be Man Mayor Grow or Glow, whichever one people want to go with. But call him Pivot Par. No, I'm just keeping the conversation lively.
Yeah,
The
when you tune into these streams, it's not Par and Sai you're listening to. It's Patrick and SpongeBob. We just feed off each other's brain rot.
Yeah, exactly. It's imagination water. Yeah, wait a second. Is it real water or is it dream water?
I mean, what's the difference?
Like,
He turns
could
dreams
you
into
drink
reality.
this?
I think you could. I mean, you could drink it, yeah. Like Killingham's food, you could eat it.
Oh yeah, true. The salt did make the food
It's
saltier.
just empty.
Is empty calories, which I guess water technically is empty. Turns to air when you breathe it in. Does it do that? No, I think you'd get satisfied. There'd just be nothing in your belly, right? Like it would feel like you drank water.
Yeah.
You'd go through
It would
90%.
feel like you
of
drank
it.
water, but you really didn't.
Yeah, just like how it made the food salty, but it doesn't add anything to the food. Something like that. Interesting. But yeah, Man Mayor Grow. Pretty
Cool guy.
I mean, the design did it hold up to what you desired?
I was expecting M. Bison, but I do like what we got because it reminds me of a Kaiji character.
Uh-huh.
So I really do enjoy his design.
Ah.
If you guys don't know Kaiji, they're known for like either pointy faces or just actual square faces, which this guy's like a big old square.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, the guy, interesting. He's a yapper. Glad he's a yapper.
It's funny that Oda didn't like show us a picture of like the eyes combined with the face because he probably knows it's kind of cursed. So he's like, let's just like separate them. Let's not do that to him.
Do you think this guy dies? Or we have him?
I'd say I kind of still want him.
You still
if
want
we don't
him?
have him, I'd say we have like a part of him still. He's not 100% gone in my mind. And what I mean by that is one, either he's still alive today, or his eyes were passed down to next of kin.
Don't we already know that happened?
What do you mean?
Shuri.
No. Sorry. Okay. You're thinking about this differently. I mean, like his actual eyes. Like he cut out his eyes and gave it to the next person.
Oh.
Yeah. When I say he passed his eyes down, I mean it literally. Like he literally passed his eyes down.
Okay. No, guys, it's definitely
he wasn't at God Valley.
Yeah, not at God Valley, not the Yeti.
But then again, he already had 2 representatives at God Valley, so maybe he felt the need to just stay home.
What if he was the Yeti?
Wait, how many people can you have participate?
Participate in what? Oh, the God Valley thing? Probably all of them.
He yeah, true, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's already got like 2 man mayors there. Like, adding a third is just.
That's where you're wrong. Man. He actually had 2 woman mayors.
Oh, you're right. You're right, and they don't really count as like a full guy. I see what you mean, Par.
Whoa, man.
Cook, brother, cook.
It'd be so funny if Oda gave them a random middle name, and just like it was Woe. Man Mayor
Woe Grow.
Yeah, just so we could flip around the name. Like, remember when we were doing that with like the Gorosei names when we first got them? When we first got the Gorosei names,
where'd you get the Woe from? Like, what made you stop and say it's got to be Woe?
Oh, for the woman. Woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, woman. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Just like how like Saint Venus Nasujuro is just like, Saint Ethan.
Really struggle with that one, huh?
Saint Ethan V Nasujuro. It's just like so random. Like, did Oda make him change his name, or like was he born Venus Zujuro and he became Saint Venus? Such an interesting one.
I just chalk it up to coincidence.
Yeah, just
It's for the fans, right? Like, oh my god, it's Venus and Saturn and all these guys. But then reality is just like, nah, it's like they never like refer to him as Venus ever. They're like, I mean, that's just
wait, don't they
come
call
on.
them Saturn and Venus?
I mean, Saturn, yes. Venus,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't call him
They've never called
Ethan.
him Venus.
They haven't called him Ethan yet. I'm inclined to call him Ethan.
Yeah, I like Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan's.
I know a
an
couple of
interesting-
Ethans myself. I bet there's an Ethan in the chat right now.
If you're Ethan in the chat, raise your hand.
Yeah, do we have any Ethans in here? Please represent yourself or show
Yeah.
yourself.
Will of Dreams said "Hey all" before I said Ethan, or did he? Wait, I forget. I couldn't tell by the time.
Roger doesn't call those guys silver and copper. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's more of a thing for the fan base, right? It's like Zoro and the King of Hell. I mean, King of Hell is a little bit different because Zoro calls himself that.
Yeah.
But you know, the fans are sticking with it, dude. Oh my god, the fans are like, it's the King of Hell, Zoro. I want his meat. But then reality, it's like, you know, nobody else fucking calls him the King of Hell.
What happened yesterday? What happened today, Simon?
No, just people are fucking crazy. People like instantly want to drop the Pirate Hunter thing for King of Hell because it's like the nice and shiny thing.
Uh-huh.
And I get it, King of Hell sounds cool, but it's like, I mean, guys, like it's not like it's on his bounty poster yet, right?
Oh, so like in a
it's-
video you said like Zoro the Pirate Hunter, and then they were like, Sai,
Yeah.
it's the King of Hell. Come on, get with the times, old man.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I was just talking about Zoro's epithet and how it can evolve. And then
Yeah.
somebody says, oh no, he's the King of Hell, Sai. He's like, okay. Guys, like, you know, he said this like by himself in the sky, right? Like, as Par would say, he was above Onigashima and Wano at the time. No one heard him say this.
Yeah, he
No
wasn't.
one else
No,
has ever
Oni- that
referred
one
to
doesn't-
Zoro as the King of Hell.
That one doesn't count because Onigashima was also flying. If New York City was flying with you, then like if Jalen Brunson was with you on the plane, then maybe you would be in New York. If you're with the Knicks, then right now you're with New York. So
I feel like that one kid from I forgot what movie it is. He's like, Daddy, I want to make him fly. And then
uh-huh.
they like drop his ass from like a cliff. I want to drop you off a cliff, Par.
Damn. Is it as long as it's a
Oh,
nice
it's Game of
clip.
Thrones. It's Game of Thrones.
What? Oh, like House of Dragons?
No, regular series. I'm thinking about Robin. Robin has the moon door, and he's like, Mommy, I want to make him fly.
Oh,
And
that
then
kid.
they drop his ass. Never liked
Yeah.
Robin.
Never liked Robin. Yeah, he's an interesting one. Interesting character. Speaking of bounties, after this chapter, Luffy should have the highest bounty. Nah,
No, I don't think
because
so.
Gar punched Emu and that didn't do anything. If anything, Emu liked it.
I think it would make sense if Luffy had the highest bounty, but at the same time, I feel like breaking the fourth wall, I feel like he can't have the highest bounty until the end of story.
Yeah. I mean, what would that do anyways? Like, who would go after? The bounties at this point are just like ceremonial
Bounties are such a meme, dude.
at this point.
Like no one's gonna, like you said, no one's after Luffy's bounty.
Yeah, no
no
one's
one's
gonna
doing
go,
it.
oh my god, he went from 3 billion to 6 billion. Time to go capture him. Like, no one.
Yeah. Oh, Luffy's at 5? Well, it's my time to shine. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm already an admiral and I'm already posed to go get him next arc. Like, it's like, you know, the only people who are strong enough are already, it's their jobs to capture him.
Yeah. Like nobody's looking at their friend like, hey Jordan, let's go get Luffy today.
Yeah,
Like,
if anything,
One Piece lacks good bounty hunters, or like Yonko 1 billion plus level bounty hunters.
yeah, and then to be fair, at this point of the story, if the bounty hunters are strong enough to like even like bounce with Luffy, then they're strong enough to become like a Yonko. Like, that's kind of at the end of the day what it is. It's like the bounties are for the pirates that are coming up, but it's not like Luffy. It just tells you who's at the top of the food chain. You know, that's kind of what it is. And so like if you're a pirate like Cavendish and you're like, I want to be the strongest pirate, who should I go after? And it's like, well, I should just go after the pirates with the most bounties. or the highest bounties. That's kind of what it is. And it's not so
Yeah.
that you can collect the bounties. It's so that you can then have their bounty and for it to do nothing thereafter.
Yeah, just notoriety.
Yeah, just notoriety. It's not like some
Yeah,
random
it's
space pirates land on Earth going, oh, look, a measly 4 billion berry bounty. Out in space, we deal with like 60 billion berry. Huh.
if Oda was immortal, I feel like he would add bounty hunters of that scale. But right now, it's just way too late, and I doubt Oda wants to focus on like a Yonko level bounty hunter or Yonko level bounty hunters.
Yeah, like
So he's just
Saint
like, F it.
Pluto returns from space. Looks like there's a perfect bounty for me to hunt. Oh, maybe the bounties are for the God Knights.
Imagine we had like a high level like Daddy Masterson from Logtown.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool, but not realistic.
But why would he be there? And what would he be doing?
And then, dude, I mean, Masterson, he had like the most realistic story where it was like, hey, yeah, the reason I retired is like I got like a daughter now, and I just want to retire with her, just chill.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you just
that's pretty fair. I mean, that's most people, I think, in the world.
If we were to scale him to Yonko, it'd just be like Yonko retires. Yeah, I mean, why not? Isn't that kind of how it should go? Like Luffy could just retire today, and then he's already achieved a bunch of things, you know. I mean, that's what he's gonna do when he finds the One Piece and becomes Pirate King, right? He retires.
He either retires or he like goes on some kind of like endless adventure
in space.
He just like sails off into the into the sunset, and that's it.
In space.
Yeah, in space.
Yeah, it kind of has to be in space, unless it's like inside Earth theories. In the sky, we find out that there's a whole sea in the sky that hasn't been explored yet, with millions of island nations at different altitudes. That'd be kind of crazy.
It's just fucking Skypiea.
Yeah, I mean that's just one of them, but like, imagine Oda just opens up the world saying that there's millions of islands in the sky. With how big the One Piece world is,
that.
Yeah, it's kind of not the best.
At what point are they all just really samey?
But they're
just
different
like,
altitudes.
Sky Island number 1, Sky Island number 2, Sky Island number 3.
Okay, but we wouldn't follow that. You know what it would allow a endless game to be created. A game like No Man's Sky, where Luffy just constantly tries to find new islands.
Goes to these boring ass islands with nobody on them.
Well, no, but we would populate, like this one would have population on them. And we could also throw in Leviathans from Subnautica. In the sky.
What we should do, Luffy should kidnap people, and if these sky islands are uninhabited, he'll put like an Adam and Eve on the island. Just two random people that don't know each other. He just goes down, grabs them, and drops them off.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
It'll be like a little experiment.
Well, I'm not saying Luffy should do that, but I'm saying that that's how that game should be played. You just run experiments like that.
I'm not saying Luffy should do it. I'm just heavily suggesting he does.
For our entertainment. We have Lunis with another $2 super chat says, do you guys still think Heaven Realm plays a role?
Never doubted it.
Do you? You think that Heaven Realm's gonna play a role here?
I don't know if it's like in this exact scenario against Emu, but I mean it's gonna do something, yeah. We're gonna visit it. Yeah, when they mean play a role, I'm assuming just like in general in the story. And if that's the case, then yeah, I never once doubted that. They mentioned it, it's right above us. Oda's being mysterious about it. Yeah, we're gonna visit it. Do we visit it right now? Maybe not, but I think we're gonna visit it eventually.
Yeah, Heaven Realm's a weird one. Heaven Realm's a really interesting spot, because it's like we know all the characters, right? Like, it's just what could it introduce beyond, like, I guess like an animal.
Yeah, maybe I like the idea that dead people are up there. You go up there, you see King Harold. You go up there, you see Himmel the hero. Just visit
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, some interesting things. We still need your
Oh, we could
Rouge
see
lore.
Ace up there. Ace and Pedro.
Yeah, we find out
Fuck, we see
Valhalla's up there.
Corazon.
Yeah,
Brooks
interesting
Brain.
stuff. The One Piece world is actually flat and has its own dark continent. There's multiple more seas after Laughtail. That's what made Roger laugh. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
And then Roger said, "Man, I'll never have a good adventure," and then he just dies.
Yeah,
He says, "Fuck it, man. I'm never gonna see this."
he shacks up on the South Blue, in the South Blue, and just gives up because he can't beat
He
the
says,
disease.
"Man, my disease is
Yeah.
hindering my adventure now."
Yeah,
He
and
thought
has
he
a
explored
kid.
every island, and now he's cooked.
The next adventure, Blind Fatherhood, where he's not the like he is the father, but he's not. Like he parents Ace through his reputation. That's kind of a crazy
I do
way.
think that the Heaven Realm might have like space stuff, if I had to guess.
Ooh, like more of this, like that laboratory thing.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
laboratory. Like what do you mean?
The one that Lilith discovered.
I wouldn't say the laboratory is space stuff though, is it?
Kind of is. It had like those space
Is it?
trees. Yeah, it had like it reminded me of like Destiny. Kind of crazy.
Okay, it reminds you of like fucking space video games. Doesn't mean it's a space building.
It's definitely space building like compared to
Is
One
it?
Piece.
No, it isn't. It is not space building like. All right, hold the poll.
Hold a poll. Okay.
Hold the poll. Is the building that Frankie and Lilith and Bonnie stumbled upon? Is it a space like building?
Building that Lilith found on Elbaf is the laboratory building. Lab is the lab building.
Is it space looking or space like?
Is it space like?
Guys, don't disappoint me in those polls, man.
Yes, no.
Don't do this to me.
Oh wait, I can't vote. Wait, can I vote? Dang it, I can't vote here. Let's see. Let's see it. No. Really?
It looks just like the Iron Giant, dude. Yeah.
Well, the Iron Giant's
It's just-
kind of space-like.
Iron Giant is not space like. What are you talking about?
Like space-like, like space. It like belongs in space, you know?
No. No, it belongs in the trash. But
Wait,
yeah, I mean,
isn't
like,
the Iron Giant also? Isn't he also from space?
no, I think it was just from somebody's backyard.
No, wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure the Iron Giant is actually space. Wait, hold on. That example is pretty terrible from you because the Iron Giant didn't he? Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's
be honest,
space.
Par. I've only watched the Iron Giant once, and I effing hate it.
Okay, well just because you hate it doesn't mean you can get parts of the story wrong.
No, it does. It gives me like a free pass to hate it.
It's Gundam like.
But
Yeah, Gundams are space like. Gundams are the most space
it's
like.
not Gundam. I wouldn't even say it's Gundam.
Yeah, it's not
that's a
Gundam-like,
I
but-
don't even like Gundams. That's a disservice to Gundams.
The Iron Giant is pretty sure it's like from space. I'm asking, is it from space?
Pretty much like where I'm at right now, I do think that when we get to the Heaven Realm, it is going to be like some sort of space map because it's in the canopy. So I think it's gonna be one of those things where like, you know, you turn the lights off, you turn the lights on, we don't know, and then like the leaves like light up the way or some shit. It's gonna be a very basic realm, like where there's only like one functionality to it. People don't live up there. People don't really go up there. You just, you know, you just visit like this one attraction and that's it. It's kind of like the mural, but map like. That's how I'm viewing it. Be something silly.
Yeah, be something interesting. Just wanted
Rainbow Road wouldn't be bad either. Just like a connection to a sky island, like a Rouge or something.
to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a bad route either. I've seen people saying that one. I mean, I like all. I mean, as long as the Heaven Realm does something, I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah. But yeah,
believe.
I forget it. Damn, I forgot if I mentioned on stream that I was gonna have to end stream a little early today because I have a wedding to go to. So I'm gonna end stream in a little bit, but I forget if I
we'll
said
tackle the
that
chapter.
at the very beginning. But what happened?
I said since that's happening, we could finally tackle the chapter.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like we talked about the chapter beforehand because of the prediction stuff and how accurate we were in a lot of ways. But the main thing I wanted to talk to you about before the podcast was the eyes. What do you think about these
Yeah.
eyes business? What did it mean when he said one, Emu desires them, but then um two, he hasn't awakened them yet? What does that all mean for you?
So there's two routes, right?
Uh-huh.
I think either one. This is the least likely option. One, he stole the eyes.
Okay.
These are not his eyes.
Okay.
Like literally, he's like Donzo Madara. Like he did like a drive-by eye stealing in the past, and that's why he said he didn't awaken them himself.
Okay.
But I don't think that's very likely. I'm just saying a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is just happening is that like there's just eye powers it associated with the color, because he says that her eyes are unique, and since they look exactly the same, I'm assuming that he has like a weird color to it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like it's blue and green, for example, instead of blue and red.
Okay.
As far as what the eyes do, I have no fucking clue. It could literally be anything.
Yeah, I was, because the way I was reading it was or the way I understand it now is that it might be that like Shuri's eyes are like how she was born, but she has the ability to awaken it in the future, which he hasn't done yet. So we don't know what they would
Yeah,
look like in the future.
that too.
Yeah. So
I like the idea. So there's nothing to back this up, just pure headcanon. I like the idea that it could be like Aizawa from MHA, where it nullifies like devil fruit powers or something.
ooh.
Like that'd be kind of sick. Like imagine
Yeah.
like her eyes awaken here, and then Luffy and Loki both like de-transform, and that's how Emu kind of wins. And that's why he keeps her around. Like it's more about combat powers too, not just like aesthetic, but also combat powers.
Yeah, what about her own devil fruit powers though?
I mean, I'm assuming she could still use it.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I mean, that's just like Aizawa out of MHA. He can use his powers too.
Wait,
while
but his
negating
power
powers.
is deletion. Oh, well, Aizawa is kind of crazy because his
It's like
tape,
the weird bandage shit.
yeah, his bandage stuff isn't really a power. He just trained really hard to be cracked at
Yeah,
it.
but then again, like but like his powers only work on people he stares at too. So like if he just
Yeah.
stares at you, like like everybody around you could still use their powers, just you can't. So maybe it's just like that.
Yeah,
Like,
and
because Shuri's not like staring at herself. Boom, she can still
Yeah.
use it. But I mean, that's just like a guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. How did
So does
Brooke
Shanks
know?
have awakened hair powers? Where does that come from?
Yeah,
Awakened hair powers.
Saeed asked, how
I'm not
did
familiar
Brooke
with this game.
know the Knights of God since nobody mentioned the name here? Maybe assumed or learned later what they're called. Oh yeah, that's true.
No,
What?
Brooke read the narrator box that said he was a Knight of God.
Oh, you're so right.
Brooke read the chapter with us, and he knows that this is Saint Manmeyer Grow.
Yeah. It's implied that he's also. It could also be that while the narrator box is doing that, he said it out loud.
Yeah. It's
Like
I love
Pokemon.
that stupid like line of logic. Just hey, why didn't these characters watch the anime opening? Did they
Yeah.
not see that this is what's happening? It's like
Yeah, come
ReZero.
on.
Guys, why is there so much mystery? It's obviously Gluttony. Did they not see the opening? It's him.
Come on.
He's doing it.
Figure it out. But yeah, the Brooke stabbed head, we talked about that, the eyes, Manmare. So that confirms the Candle situation besides the Candle part of the situation where it's just like, was she scheming or was she getting beamed? That didn't work.
Hey, I still think Candle might be evil, brother. I think she might still be around.
We have no way, yeah, unless that happens, unless she shows up, but we have no way like to really know.
Yeah, this chapter doesn't like push the needle one way or the other for the Candle theories.
Yeah, besides the part that Candle probably got diddied a little bit.
Yeah,
Unless we're
possibly.
unless we're
Unless it's like a Shanks' mom situation. Like we don't know what happened back then because Brooke wasn't allowed nearby.
yeah.
But I think we will get that backstory. I think we will learn about like Candel and Gro's relationship.
Interesting. I don't know when
Yeah,
we.
I
Yeah, I
we're
guess like.
definitely getting a second perspective, 100%. Because
Ooh.
like yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna get Shuri's perspective, I should say.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's because we have that we're still missing the scene where she yells out father. We got the scene shot for shot where like she's walking with Brooke. We don't have the
True.
father shots yet.
That's a big.
And
That's
I'm
a big
assuming
catch.
that's like right before Brooke shows up and before she gets Domi Reversi.
Yeah, that's actually the part that I wanted to see the most because the conversation that they had. It's like I want to know if they told her before she got Dom University or told her after she got Dom University that like Leuven's not her real dad.
Probably before, if I had to guess.
And then that's what like because if she's still calling out father beforehand, that tells you how much Dom University changes your mindset. You know, it goes from father to that guy, right? And we don't even see the last part where she goes father. Wow, that's crazy. Now I think about that. Ooh, good point.
Yeah.
Kendall fighting Brooke if she's
So
alive would be nice. Yeah. Be
yeah, I
interesting.
think so. Candel fighting Brooke. Maybe Candel has like those crazy heterochromia eyes now too.
Maybe she awakened eyes. Yeah. Do you think
Or
Mihawk
she stole
awakened? Do
Gro's eyes.
you
Kind
think
of
Mihawk
nuts.
awakened eyes?
I don't know. I mean, since we're like getting a second ocular power in the story, which we have 3-eye tribe, which we still don't know what that looks like yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this does open the gate for Mihawk and Emu's eyes to be special alongside Caribou. Caribou is such a weird character, but yeah, like I think there's a chance.
Well, what's interesting about this chapter, it doesn't talk about the double layered eye part. It talks about mismatched eyes, which that means like Cavendish is like special.
Yes, because Cavendish's eyes are only mismatched whenever it's half Hakuba, half Cavendish, though.
Yeah. Which is that the awakening? Did he awaken it? You know, like it's kind of weird.
What do you mean?
Like the whole thing that Gro's talking about, like awakening the eye. Is it possible that Cavendish has awakened his eye, and that's why he can do the half Hakuba thing?
I mean, the half Hakuba thing is just because he was fighting back. He only used that one time.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, like, is it related? Like, is there a possibility that those mismatched eyes are related to this mismatched eye situation?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all.
I have no idea. Like Void Sentry, there was a guy with split personality, and these are their descendants or something.
Yeah. The D clan is just like dysfunctional genetics. That's what the D
Yeah.
stands for.
Sure won't know what happened with their mom. Oh no, she won't know. But I meant more so like maybe Gro tells her at that point in time. Like when you tell somebody that, hey, that's not your real dad, I'm your real dad. I could see a reality where he explains the relationship between him and Candel. Or if if we were going with Candel as evil, she's just at the Holy Land. I think we're gonna get Holy Land stuff with Shuri. Because when people are Domi Reversied, I don't know about like when Gunko gets her memory wiped, but when they're Domi Reversied, they're still inside. Like they're like a backseat passenger, like Harold and Rox and Dory and Brogy. Like they know everything they're doing. So Shuri, I know people are like, oh, this chapter is sad. Oh, it pulls on the heartstrings. You know what? Just imagine whenever we get like the Shuri POV, and every time she says shit to Brooke and King Leuven, she's like crying inside and saying, "No, please stop." Like imagine that, huh?
Yeah.
Imagine when she stabs Brooke, she's crying inside, and we get that POV later.
Yeah. No, you're
Guys,
building.
the sadness can only be enhanced from here. Your imagination is too low. We can make shit even sadder if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Oda just needs to lock in.
I think you need to lock in and petition the masses because you're great at this. You did this with the Ange thing. You need to petition for one more flashback on Elbaf.
I think 2 more flashbacks.
2 more, another Loki one you're talking about? You're talking about the other Loki?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a very short Loki flashback, just like what he was doing when he left. I would also, I know nobody cares about these guys. I also want like an explanation of what happened to the castle guards.
What, on Asperia?
No. In
Elbaf.
Elbaf.
Oh, like
Because
Loki's
remember, like
crew.
some of the castle guards, they left with Loki.
Yeah. Loki
And
just
then
found their families. They're all somewhere. Oh,
yeah, I
they
guess
found
we
they
just
went.
dropped him off outside of Elbaf. But it's just funny because like you would think that when people are like, oh yeah, you know, all the castle guards and Harold died that day, you would imagine that somebody would say, hey, wait a minute, Jonathan's missing. Wait, Daniel's not here, guys.
Yeah.
Like
All the castle
they
guard
should
had
have
no
known
families.
something's up, but
Yeah, the castle guard just had no families to care
yeah,
about
no
them.
families.
I think maybe that's what you just uncovered, the theory that all the castle guards are just orphans.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They were the strongest survivors of their families. That's what it was. And I think the end part of that theory is that Loki drops them off at Samuanai, where Ida's from, to make them better giants.
It's funny. I was talking about like Emu, like telling us everything just unprovoked,
Yeah.
and it's coming true, man. He's literally just he can't stop telling us lore. Like the
He
funniest
stopped us
part
earlier.
of this chapter is the fact that like, dude, not even Loki knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Loki's like, hey, like, what is this guy talking about, man?
Yeah, he's just yapping, which is annoying because Emu stopped the yapping earlier from Mars, or not Mars, from Grow, which is even funnier that Mars
Yeah.
wasn't able to talk at
It's-
all.
I think it's more so that Emu wants to be able to spill the beans himself. It's like somebody coming home with hot gossip, and then they tell their sister, "Don't tell the parents. I want to tell them." It's
Yeah,
like that shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what this is. Emu just wants to do it himself.
I wish Emu told us about
And
the eyes.
I do think that when we get the Shuri POV, we're gonna see Emu talking to King Leuven and Marcus Mars too. I think we are gonna get that later. And somebody had the fucking gall to say Sai. Like, Emu didn't say anything to King Cobra. You fucking stupid. He did. So Cobra said, hey, who are you?
Mhm.
What is the will of D? And then Emu, yes, he did say, I'm not going to answer the who am I question, but I will answer your former question. And then Emu goes on a 3-page rant about Lily, dispersing the Poneglyphs in the Void Century, betraying him. He said
Yeah.
a lot, so when somebody said that, I pulled up the fucking I pulled up the chapter. I said, yeah, you're right. He didn't tell Cobra anything. Just 3 pages of information.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
Emu
didn't
is a
answer one
yapper.
of Cobra's questions, but he answered everything else.
More
Emu's
than
a
that.
yapper,
Yeah,
man.
Emu is a yapper.
He loves talking, and I love him for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Emu's telling us. I mean, it's kind of what they're telling us in this chapter isn't like that special. Besides the part Elbaf got taken over the same way, it's just that the way it was isn't like particularly special. Like, oh yeah, duh. That's kind of what you did to Asperia too. You know, you tried to take the offspring of the place, even though technically the offspring, doesn't really apply. Candel's dead, but it does paint an interesting picture. Do you think that those giant kids that were taken are special? Anything
No.
special about them? Someone propped up maybe that they were related to Galila, if not Galila themselves.
Oh, like relation-wise, maybe.
Yeah, like.
But in terms of like, are the kids special? Probably not. They're probably just regular kids.
What if the kids had
I
the
don't
special eyes?
I don't think kids have to be special for people to want to save them.
That's true. That's true. That's a good
Don't
take.
underestimate a parent's love power.
That might be your best take on either of
Fuck
our
off.
channels. And speaking of takes, it turns out, Sai, that among 50 votes of the chat, is the lab building that Lilith found on Elbaf, is it space-like? And it's about 50-50.
I have words to say for people who voted for yes, but I'm trying to be a nicer person.
I didn't vote for it, but I would have said yes.
Yeah, and I would have said those words to you too. A couple of slurs, probably make fun of like.
Yo, it just hit 50-50. Oh, someone else voted too. Oh god, that's so. Did you just vote? Are you on your alts now? I like how you
Nah,
confirmed
I
that
didn't
your
vote.
alts exist on Brago's channel with your Somnus account that you replied
Well, hey,
to.
I just posted on that channel. That's why.
Oh.
But I primarily watch things on so I have like another channel that I just watch things on, and that's it. That's where I consume all my content.
Uh-huh.
I try to like avoid using the side channel.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that too.
It's nice.
Hey, look at that, 51 votes, and we're winning. Yes is winning. Someone said to throw up a poll about yeah, say those words. I see these hands.
I almost
What?
Par knows the words I would say.
Yeah, yeah. The speaking of words, people wanted us to throw a poll. Do you how many people think that this is Shuri's real dad? Is it kind of just like confirmed? Because the eyes,
Grow?
yeah, grow.
Yeah, it's confirmed. I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's like
I feel like that's a like some people ask me to pull stuff like that, and I just look at them and I say no.
ah, is that what
Like,
I should have said?
I don't pull things that are just too obvious unless like I see like a handful of comments saying it. I've only seen one person say that this guy might not be Shuri's dad. I'm not gonna entertain just that one idea. I
What if
gotta
he-
see at least like 5 individuals, different occasions say it. I'm like, all right, maybe this is a good poll. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this guy being her dad, I feel like that's like, it's like, is the sky blue? It's like, well, I mean, technically not. It's like, all right, cool, whatever.
Also, it's funny that Shuri, when she gets Dami reversing, she has like cute little horns instead of like huge monstrous horns.
It's because she's a woman. She's a woman mayor, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're so right. Oh man,
To,
just
to
like the
steal
guitar.
to steal the words out of your book. She's a woman mayor.
Yeah, yeah.
She can't. She doesn't deserve big horns like men.
Oh wait, was
That's
there
more
a
what Oda was
piano?
thinking.
Did they interact with the piano?
No.
Damn.
If you look at the piano, one image the piano's there, and then the next image Oda said, "I'm not drawing that."
Was it really there? I'm scrolling to try and find it.
Don't they mean real dad like how Kuma is Bonnie's dad? Kuma isn't Bonnie's dad.
Kuma,
Kuma
is
is
the
Bonnie's like caretaker father. But as far as like real dad, no, Bonnie has somebody else.
yeah.
That's
It-
also another one that isn't worth a poll because
It's
it's like,
hurt-
well, I mean,
It hurts to say one way or the other. If I said real father, that would hurt some people. If we said real dad, it hurt the things. And if saying bio dad is just like a lot sometimes. Bio dad, bio father. I say sperm donor when I don't feel like entertaining it because that's what it is. But it's just
I
kind of
usually-
confusing because we
I
didn't
don't care
get
about it, so I just say real dad. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, that's just like the correct term. Like,
We
you know,
don't-
I'm not trying to pussyfoot around like these feelings. It's like, no, dude, we all know what we mean. Like, it's not offensive. The character's not real, guys. We could just call him real dad, man.
and
We know what's happening here.
the part that I wish we kind of if the fog was manufactured or not, that's another thing that the temperature didn't get swayed one way or the other. Because my thing is like
yeah, the fog.
they only wanted Shuri after 15 years. Like that was always one of the strongest counterpoints to the whole Shuri Celestial Dragon and stuff like that is like the whole 15 years thing. Whereas like why would they like she's saying it here 16 years of waste. Even if the Garland, he was just like, man, I tried to get you sooner, wanted to get you sooner, didn't want you to waste away down there. And so it's like 2 years in, he picked them up. That's a reasonable amount of time. You know, you skip the part where you raise them. The 15 years or 16 years, crazy that's the
Yeah.
timeline that we get.
It
That's
makes you wonder, like, why now? Like, what spurred them to come get her? Like, did they not know she existed? Like, did they wait for Candel to die first? Like, what the fuck happened here?
yeah.
Like, again, that needs to be explained, because yeah, like they only came after Candel quote died, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah, and then the other half of it is like because there's like two sections where it's like I like the evil Candel theory only because of the childhood story stuff where it's like if she was telling her the childhood stories, but no, like Shuri's like, no, I've been wasting my life like as a non-celestial dragon thing. If she'd been getting the upbringing of a celestial dragon from Candel, then it wouldn't have been a waste. What happened?
I said upraising is fun. I like
Yeah,
that one, though.
upraising.
But so okay,
Yeah.
wait. So right now, when it comes to Candel theories, where are you? Do you think this was consensual? Do you think she got assaulted? And do you still believe Candel is evil? Where are you with that one?
I think
Because I mean, I'm not, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I kind of think she's still evil. I think she might still be around.
I think that she, at this moment, I think it was just the assaulted route. I think it's like that
Okay.
because, and I think the line from
I
here,
think
like
that's fair.
the complete waste of it. Like if Candela had secretly been a celestial dragon that entire time, and then they told her like, "Oh yeah, she's a celestial dragon," she wouldn't say it's a waste per se. Like I feel like that's an interesting line.
Yeah.
But again, on the other side, like you know, the whole fog situation, dealing with the fog, her dying to the fog is like an interesting thing. I guess the counterpoint to there is someone as strong as her dying to the fog when so many other people survive. Like I don't know, but as far as the whole leaving her for 16 years part goes, like it's also interesting because it's like it almost makes it feel like they waited they waited for Asperia to leave the world kingdom to then pick her up when they should have had the priority at any point. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have mattered if they were world government affiliated or not to ask for Shuri. You know what I mean? And it's kind of interesting that like that wasn't the case, that like they, and so then it feels like maybe then the fog was manufactured to push Asperia out of the world government, to, have I been saying world kingdom, whatever, world government,
Yeah.
so that they can
Yeah,
get
that's
Shuri.
good.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes to the Candel theories, I think both are looking pretty good still. Like this chapter doesn't really move the needle because I feel like for evil Candel theories, they did more or less want like this to be consensual. And one thing that's interesting too is just kind of the way he talks about Candel. Like he actually just calls her by name, which I don't know. I think that's surprising because knowing Celestial Dragons, I was assuming he would just call her that woman or that girl or
That's
something.
true.
Like fuck, Garling didn't once like mention Magnolia's name. We had to learn that through SBS. And then when he refers to Shuri, he calls Shuri a brat, and then he calls Brooke an Afro-haired kid. So it's like, I think it's it's in a weird way. It feels like he, I wouldn't say respects Candel because he would have worded it differently.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like dislike Candel.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's why I'm just like, it seems odd.
I like that. That's a good detail. Yeah. He refers to her as Candel's attendant.
Yeah. So again,
Let's
I do
see.
like the evil Candel theory, so that we're not repeating like another, you know,
Ginny.
sexual assault plot line, which I don't mind. You know, I'm not trying to say like I don't, you know, oh please Oda, no more sexual assault. It's more so like, yeah, like I wonder if he'll do it again or if he'll put a spin on it. And I'm leaning towards putting a spin.
I remember you now. There was a kid with an afro among Candel's attendants. You weren't allowed to come near me. Damn. I kind of really like that detail that you threw out there. That because they didn't. Did he even say Leuven?
No.
He just said that with the no with the king. Did you just say king or did you say Leuven?
Candel is bedridden.
No, I'm saying like
get sick
the
too, right?
you're responding to comment.
So I mean that's why I feel like bedridden is one thing, and then plus like there is still the oddity, which I mean it might not be that odd. I feel like there's a simple answer where it's just like she likes King Leuven and she always has. But the line where she says that she likes somebody who's like well above her not weight limit but class,
Weight limit.
way out, or he is way out of her league is what she said.
Weight limit.
We could say that she's either it's pregnancy sickness, or we could just say that perhaps she really did like him like that. I don't think the bedridden part's like that big of a deal.
Wait, I like what Narukami said. I don't agree per se, but he says, wait, I think I'm cooking. The world government only started talks with Leuven after the fog. So maybe the fog was Shuri using her eyes by mistake. That would be crazy.
Using the eyes by mistake, fog powers. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, if they figured out like that would explain why they would go after so long. Maybe they were like, hey, like this fog, isn't that a sign of the eye powers? Maybe it's not the fog per se. Maybe it's like it has to do with you know, like nature or something like that. Like maybe you can control nature with it. That'd be kind of wild.
Yeah, some kind of like weather ability.
Yeah, weather ability. Oh wow, this Norway France game is going crazy. Holy moly.
Kendall being evil be very convoluted. Very convoluted, you could say that. But also, you could also say it's pretty One Piece too.
Yeah,
I'd
I
say it
mean,
falls in
for
line.
me, I really like the detail that he just called her Candel instead of just saying that like my seventh wife or like just that random woman, blue haired woman or something like that. Because she's been dead. She's not even here. She's been dead for a year, and like that was also 16 years ago. You know what I mean? He remembered the name after 16 years. If
Yeah,
you're
like I
going,
said, I think Candel's alive. I think she's evil.
yeah, if you're going
It's
with the
not. It might
route,
not be a popular theory, but that's where I'm at. My gut's telling me this is it.
mm,
What's the
yeah.
score right now?
It's 2-1 France leading.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've
pretty
been
good.
slowly starting to watch these World Cup games, or at least like watching the highlights.
Yeah, no, these last because right now they're doing like the third place matches. A lot of those are really crazy, and then they're doing the top two, like some of the top two games. Like Norway France is probably the best of these games. And it's crazy. The U.S. I fell asleep, but the U.S. had a good game yesterday. Or an exciting game. I'm not gonna say like a good game, like they played well, but I was falling asleep through most of it. Oh, hydration break. Um, but yeah, speaking
Fucking
of
hydration
hydration
break.
break,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. Don't die of thirst, guys. You gotta make sure the
I
players stay good.
it
I
is
agree.
3:30, so I need to why wouldn't you take side of Bangladesh? I would take them. It's dope there. What do you mean? The capital is, I mean, the capital mainly. The two places there's a Cox's Bazar and then Dhaka. But other than that, yeah, you can get a. There's a reason why some of the richest people live there. Some of the richest people live there for a reason. Not always for the best reasons, but they were able to make some nice things out there. But
Bangladesh.
that being said,
Candle being
uh,
evil, by the way, tornado. But yes, that's it.
we'll be tuning out for 1186. We have 1187, no break, so we have it next
No
week.
break.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a chapter video out to like this weekend because of the wedding stuff. I'll let you guys know, obviously, if a video gets posted, but also I don't want to if I do post one, it probably won't have any panels up because I'm not trying to get another strike. So
Did you get a strike?
yeah, I did, but I'm fighting it, so it should be fine.
Ooh, that's crazy. Wait, for what, for the 11 and 85?
Yeah, just 1185, which is interesting because the other ones had it too, but
That's scary, dude.
yeah, it
I think I heard about
is.
somebody else getting a strike too. Oh yeah, Zonin got a strike.
Oh wow, zoning. That's wild.
Yeah, he used yeah, he used images too, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you gotta be
mean,
careful with those images, man. Those images are fucking scary with those strikes.
yeah.
It's
Except the
horrifying.
thing, it's not like Toei. Like Toei actually does reels. Like they do claims, but they don't do strikes. At least from what I've seen. And
Yeah.
Shueisha's thing is just a full, like the whole video, which is just wrong. They can't do that. But they have to like clear. They have to say what is allowable and what's not. So it's one of those things that have to navigate as a YouTuber. So we'll be navigating it. That being said, guys, we'll see you guys next time for 1187. I'm gonna try and get my mural video out this next week. We'll see. But yeah, without further ado, thank you, Sai, for stopping in. And peace out.
Peace out, guys.